That's going to be coming up in just a minute. Contemplate what is beans and what is not beans. Also, you should play Salamander County, honestly. Like, the fun part about that speedrun is you don't get any of the plot. And you don't lose anything by watching the speedrun. You can still play the video game. So sit tight, we're going to get you Evergrace in just a minute. Listen to some hot jams that I don't actually know what's playing, but I really hope it's good. Sit tight, we'll see you soon. I was correct, these are hot jams.
はい、皆さんこんにちは。はい、続いてのタイトルは、エヴァーグレイスとなっております。カテゴリーは 2% です。でこちら、こちらのタイトル解説の方いらっしゃいません。まだ募集しておりますので、ディスコードあるいは、応募フォームの方より応募していただけると助かります。さて、エヴァーグレイス、このイベントで見れるとはと思っている方もいらっしゃると思います。エヴァーグレイスは私はご存知ないんですが、どうやら、フロムソフトウェアが2000年に発売した PS2 用のゲームソフトです。で、奏者さんがですね、SRC の方では1時間47分25秒という世界記録を持っている方でございます。いわゆるコーディネート RPG と言われるものなんですね。日本語なのか海外版なのかは打ち手から楽しみですね。なるほど。PS2 の発売が2000年3月で、エヴァーグレイスが4月なので、結構早めにリリースされたものっぽい。ということで。
Alright, let's do this.
はい、来ました。
Hello, I am Digglewrath.
And we are Ruth.
Hi, this is a video game by FromSoft. You know, they've released a lot of bangers over the years, and you know, I just really want to bring some Demon Soul, get some Demon Souls while we're out. You know, can we get some Demon Souls while we're out?
I love some Demon Souls. You know, as a long-time Armored Core fan, having played literally since the PlayStation, we never heard of this game at all. And we can understand why after having run this game.
Yeah, this game is a lot like Demon Souls. The Demon Souls at home.
Demon Souls at home. This is the budget Demon Souls.
But yeah, this is a PS2 launch title, one of 3 FromSoft games. This is quite possibly the least of all the FromSoft games, at least of the ones that made it to the States. I still have it though, but let's just get into this game.
1000年初期の頃のフロムを知らないので新鮮ですね。
Although we can probably take our time and get this marathon back on schedule. All right.
Yeah. Nobody enjoys anything more than waiting in line.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
はい、というわけで、グッドラック。
Darius. No particular reason. Just like it.
Yeah, this game has two protagonists. That's pretty cool. They have a very definitely intertwined story that definitely doesn't intersect till the very end.
Yes, the plot in this game is very intertwined between the two characters, as you will not see.
The very first thing we're gonna do is grind. Pick up a mushroom because, of course, what else do you do in a weird game like this? And then
You
grind
gotta
for
run off and
money.
get a mushroom.
でさて、プレイテラーが言ってられるとこ
It will cause the shopkeeper
っていう名前なんで
go
すか
feral
ね。
and want to reduce prices by 50% if you give them the mushroom.
For the next item only. This includes
One item.
buying the dirt cheap healing item. I've done this before. But someone's shown
50%
up
off for
here
one
now
item.
that we picked up the mushroom. Someone very important.
Any more survivors?
Oh, it's our favorite character in the whole game.
Walking on dangerous.
サバイバー。
Go somewhere safe.
What about you? It's dangerous for you too, right?
Yes, but I promised I'd wait here.
Right here?
This is the closest place. If I knew it
はい、
was
まあ
going to happen,
言わないでおいたんですけど
it might be too
Right
late.
here.
Sorry to dump all this on you. It's really not your concern. Besides, I don't even know who you are. Huh? That mark
The mark.
on your hand.
Oh no.
You have the crest.
The
Oh,
crest!
watch out, Scooby.
ああマークを見てなんか
The scene never fails to make me
Oh.
crack up.
A crest! Arg! The crest mark!
You ever just
What?
get
Me
so
yak-
scared and
そこは笑うとこなんだ
uh,
あ、なんかいますね
This game
かわい
is
い
complete nonsense. I'm not going to lie. This game's localization was kind of a train wreck, and the voice acting is really something special.
It truly does go places. Currently, Bennett's doing a little bit of grinding and got to do a little bit of grinding on your JRPG to set your way off, have some money. Punching this pole causes bees to spawn for reasons we're
な
not
るほど
sure.
このゲーム
Chance of dropping two items, one which will sell for 1,000 and one which will sell for 250.
The one I just picked up is it sells for
Dark
200.
Oh, 200? Okay.
このゲーム中ではあまりストーリーには触れず、まあ、プレイヤーに想像を委ねるという
So I'm dragging them
ところがあるみたいで
to something that causes them to get stuck. I don't know what's going on here. Oh. Okay, another fun thing. Enemies that respawn randomly, you don't have object permanence, so you can just look away from them and despawn them. That melon rat, though, that's walking towards us still, that enemy was pre-placed, so it's not subject to the same rules.
Thankfully, the main characters have ADHD, so if you close your eyes and open them, everything is just gone.
うんちょっとまだ UI が分かってないですね左下の丸いオーブみたいなのは何ですかとかパワーはおそらく攻撃とかダッシュでも使ってたかなでその下のやつが換金っていうワードが出たのでおそらくお金なのかなっていう感じがしますが
Because everyone's here is basically dead, by the way. This is the Lost Kingdom of Rubain. Wow, these drops are terrible, by the way.
You're having some pretty bad drops.
Yeah, I need to get... Well, I want to get 3,000 money worth of items, and I've got 800.
うんひたすら柱を殴っていますが
These are being finicky.
Okay, that's good.
あこいつが出るのかな
I could...
なんかの鉱石拾っ
It's
た
like 2,400 money, but it's a lot riskier, and for a marathon, I'd rather play it safe.
May as well play itself safe, even if the bees aren't cooperating.
あ海外版だと名前が違うんですね
Oh yeah, by the way, did you know that the PS2 buttons have sensitivities? So depending on how hard I press
こ
the
の
button...
モブを出して換金アイテムが落とすのを待ってると
And it
It's
affects
truly impressive.
directly
痛
how
そう
much
ですね
damage
これ
you do.
It's one of our favorite features from the PS2, and it's absolutely why we killed every single god we tried to gently put to sleep in Metal Gear Solid.
These bees are being incredibly rude. I'd really
is the
like to be
longest-
out of here.
This is the longest we've ever seen it take.
Yeah, sometimes it can take like less than 2 minutes, and sometimes it's this. 200 more bucks and it should be good.
Thankfully, we won't be doing an awful lot
Haro
of
って言うんですね。
punching.
Yeah. Hopefully, with any luck on the RNG, this will be the only time Darius really has to grind, though.
左下のゲージですかね
Oh,
黄色い
drops later in the game.
領域が減ってきてるように見えるけど。
Alright, there we go. Now we're going to do something very normal. Not at
あ
all.
これでだいたい換金アイテムは集まった感じなの
Let's
かな。
fall and pause at the same time. And now we're flying.
Yep. If you
Aru
press
Mirabi.
pause within a frame of starting to fall, the game will just forget that the z-axis exists, and you can just go anywhere really. If you're below something and you hit start, you'll snap up. If you're above something and you hit start, you'll snap back down at the
なんか
floor.
口歩いてるな。
Really, we want to go upwards so we can just walk over things.
We're walking over some rubble that you might have spotted in the background of that little grind.
何をしたんでしょうねこれ。
There it is. That's important. For you. You can just walk across it.
Yep. We're not. This is a mid-game area we're going to that we're supposed to go through like 5 other areas, but meh. The reason we wanted to go here is because you probably also saw the crystal. You can save there, kind of like Dark Souls. But also you can access the shop there, and each different crystal has a different inventory. And this one in particular has a couple of items we need. I want to see if I could just YOLO the Z glitch there. It does absolutely nothing. It's just kind
クリ
of
スタルはショップで
and you
But
know,
no, continue
this game has some good
to-
shop music. Why don't we just take it in for a moment?
Love the shop music. This game honestly has one of the most
Eh.
arranged and wonderful soundtracks we've ever heard of a PS2.
Shopping sucks.
We all have to do shopping in our life though.
Yeah, but you can only buy or sell 1 item at a time.
Yeah, if you wanted to sell 10 items, you have to put each one down individually, obviously.
Game
というわけで武器を買
items in this game.
ったっぽい。
No, you can only have up to
ブ
9
ーツ
items
と
as a joke.
If you pick up more than 9 items, it disappears
it-
forever.
Yeah,
もう序盤から隠しダンジョンに入るためのアイテムを購入してると。なるほど。
let's go away.
Because I got
ありがとうございます
money, I'm gonna upgrade the speed boots once. You can upgrade items twice.
ブーツでこんなに能力が上がるんだ。
Important because they have the dash skill, which is distinct
Attack.
from the sprint button that is just on the controller.
The sprint button will run at the cost of taking some of your stamina. The dash boots' dash will basically turn you into
Sonic
from
06.
2006.
へ
I mean that in like the exact way you control in that game.
Yeah, you
It's-
just start running for it, but yeah, the camera essentially turns into your first and only enemy.
ー。さあ、石像が動いて、道が開いた。なんか速くなったな。これがブーツの力ってわけ
There we go. Off. There goes Sonic Darius.
確かに見た目変わるのいいですね。すごい凝ってる。
Yeah, so dash boots are important.
あスタミナ関係なく走れてるの。
Nice
スタミナっていうか
reposition.
パワーか。
That happens when you go into any sort of a little cutscene thing.
Just kind of teleported you.
Yeah, whenever you're dashing into a little cutscene thing, the game just kind of freaks out and repositions you. I don't really know why.
Just has a
First
bit of
try, let's
momentum.
go.
Nice. That's like the second
お
time.
おおおおおお。
And we're just going to the next area.
ああああああ。
Flying over a gate. I forget how you're supposed to open it. It's slow.
You have to find a key from beating a boss or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. And you know, why do work like that when you cannot?
そうですね、キングスフィールドっていう単語どっかで見たな。これ調べてる
You have to
と
be
き。
careful about that. Sometimes I'll kill planes under inclines and stairs for some reason.
I think I might know
一部の装備は耐久力みたいなのを消費して特別なアクションができる。あ、装備によって変わるんですね。
Before the marathon, I found an interview with one of the localizers, the Jeremy Kaufman, who was a production assistant. And apparently, when he joined the company, all 3 of the PS2 games were fairly far in development. The launch titles FromSoft was making, which was Armored Core 2, Eternal Ring, and this thing. Eternal Ring was basically done at that point, but this game was not. And he was bug testing for
確
a
か
lot
に
of
ストーリーが
the
わからないですね。
working there. Oh, whoops. Things like just being able to walk through floors or invincible enemies. So maybe the kill planes under stairs are like safety valves in case, because like the game was that glitchy in development, it was like, well, we don't want the player to fall forever, so we better just kill them. And in specific places because there is no wall there.
You think the game was just that rushed out the door that they were just slapping kill planes and hoping people wouldn't escape?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, that was the first boss though. Kind of walk up to it and you like slap it a few times with a hammer and it just falls over.
Great.
It drops one upon
おー、
which,
そしたら、
99% of everything in this
まあちょっと別に今だけど、あのところも結構
Mm-hmm.
歴史の長い
because
で
it's
すね。
called an ore, you'd be using it to craft and upgrade things in this game, but no, it's just for selling.
Mm-hmm. The guard boots have an RFID chip in them, so you can use the guard lift.
Ah yes, the guard lift will not work unless you're wearing the correct boots.
It's
It's a really interesting way of preventing people from escaping or getting into the castle.
mm-hmm. We're gonna repair the boots real quick, since they do consume durability fairly quickly. Skills consuming durability? That's kind of like the Souls games.
Oh, kind of like almost like a
鍋かぶったりピコンあったりおバカ装備があった。へ
This area has... Oops, sorry, you first.
every piece of equipment in this game by your accessory has
ー。
an
ピックスってことは何か、あ、そっか、耐久値削るって書いてありましたね、さっき。
they all have durability tied to them. Sometimes simply wearing a piece of armor will
そっかそっ
degrade
か
it. Sometimes
管理大変そうですね、これ。
It's really inconsistent in a few ways, but generally just try to not let your things break, especially when you're running really, really fast.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, oh no, the camera's supposed to spin around.
Oh,
Alright, cool. I was supposed to get the camera caught in a branch there. Is spinning around after attacking enemy
おー、みたいですね。さっき1ヶ月後でしたね。ローンチ出てから。
Positions you forward a bit. This was RNG, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But that bird stole that orb,
ブ
which
ルースフェアとドローネスネスト
I。guess. This is fine. You know, second.
あ、新しいの出てる。右下に L っていうのが耐久値で B っていうのがなんだろう。
there's no real attack animation canceling that's used in this run.
It's just
Spinning in circles
repositioning.
is repositioning and hoping that the camera doesn't accidentally snap off to a random plane of the room when you're actually attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes,
こうやって食らったら
sometimes it's dual
減るのかな。
when trying to attack in one direction
ボ
because
ディトレイク。あー、なるほど。
Yeah, it's I don't know what's wrong with this game's controls. Something is not right. Hey, speaking of this game's controls, you know how the PS2 has analog sticks, right? Like the DualShock 2 has analog sticks. You want
Oh yeah.
You want to know what they use the
ロイヤルローブ。
right analog stick for?
Oh well, I mean this is a PS2 game. The analogs have been around for a while, so clearly the right stick is walking around.
舞台がどこなのか分かればなんとなく想像はつきそうなんですが、
What do you mean?
序盤の会話もちょっとスキップしてたから分かんないな。
Camera control is bound to R1. You press that, and that snaps the camera behind you. If you keep holding it down, you'll be able to, you know, look around. But it doesn't work if you're moving, obviously. Instead, the right analog stick is bound to weapon switching. That's right.
なるほど。うちにも耐久値があって、
of weapon switching.
Truly,
お、
absolutely incredible to
太古の昔に滅びたはずの王国に不思議な力で飛ばされている。ああ、
actual camera
なるほど
control
なるほど。
right stick in Armored Core until Nexus, which was the third game in the PS2 lineup. So FromSoft were definitely very late on the what are these sticks supposed to do train.
It took them 10 years and 2 console generations to figure it out.
It's really a surprise that FromSoft actually managed to get this far, but we're proud of them. It just took them a little bit.
We're currently running to pick up a key. Also, yes, Darius is very good at riding elevators.
Darius loves elevators. Sometimes he gets on them, sometimes he doesn't.
Sometimes he gets on them in a magical way. Oh yeah, and of course you can, you can cancel the animation of opening a chest, but your hands have to touch the chest roughly. At least that's the visual cue I use. If you swap too early, it just doesn't open. Also, if you run away from the chest really quickly, before the item is actually placed in your inventory, which takes a good like 3 to 5 seconds after opening the chest, you won't get the item. The item will just be placed back in the chest, and the chest will close. So you don't want you want to open the chest quickly,
it runs away from you.
but not too quickly.
This part of this stage isn't terribly exciting. Mostly just running around collecting keys and trying to figure out how to get through piles of rubble.
Yep.
So you may ask, what is Darius doing here? What's he trying to achieve?
You're asking me to explain.
あ、アクションは1個ごと選択しなきゃいけない。
You can explain the plot of Evergrace if you want. You may know more about it than us, but
オーリムという妖精っぽい何かに導かれてなんやかんやしている。
At a later point in the run, because this game got 2 tie-in novels for some reason.
story-wise then, as far as we know, Darius has landed in a strange and mysterious place called Rubain, and that's it. He doesn't remember anything, and he wants to go home. Possibly? So he just kind of starts running around and doing things.
There's a bird that
それ
claims
で
to
あれ
be
かな
human.
足
We'll
ブ
see
ーツ
her
を
eventually.
修理するの。
Yeah, the bird that claims to be a human will be important right at the end of the story, and basically at no other point.
I'm trying to remember what I have to sell at this point.
Okay.
Menu, the shop is a very fun menu because it's like, you know, you gotta go to everything and look at them to do whatever you want. It's not just one unified shop interface. It's kind of a pain.
Well, yeah, that's just how shops work. You don't go over to the, you know,
もう回復アイテムを今大量に買ってますね。ポイズンステータス。
Grab this just in case.
カース。あ、状態上結構食らう場面があるのかな
Also, at the very beginning of this area, I picked up the Royal Robe. It is a key item in the sense
ナイトトリナス。すごい組み合わせ。
There's a door upstairs, for example, that we need the royal robes for. Honestly, like, so there's a point in the Royal Commons that we'll get to in like 20-30 minutes, where we need all 3 royal armor items. If you could just skip that, that would skip like half the game. So I think you can do that in New Game Plus, where you just fly over there. The New Game Plus category is like 50 minutes long, and New Game
なんかボ
is
スっぽいのが
much longer, like an hour
来ました
longer.
ね。
Oh, here's this thing. I don't really know what's going on here.
ノックバックで攻撃させる
The queen or the
隙を
princess.
与えさせない。
now the princess is dead.
なんかかわいそう。
Nice.
That sells for $450. That's really good.
ゼノピア
Nice
ス。
find. You just took a thing.
そ
And everything we're getting
う。面
back
白そうです
is
ね。
money because, of course.
That is apparently the princess of Rubain. Doesn't really seem to do much.
She dies.
She has the typical.
そう見た目変わるからすごい力入れてたんですね。世界。鳥の巣ちょっと見てみたかった。
I think for the actual plot in this game, though, Dark,
なんと続編もあるんですよ。なんと。
Charlene, or possibly Shirley, depending on how the game spells it at times.
Or Shalami if you're in the original Japanese version.
Shalami have kind of essentially ended up
Oh,
in this
no!
Dark Souls-y lost kingdom,
Ah.
trapped in a glass orb.
Oh no, I forgot to repair the boots!
ブーツが。
Now we can see what happens when durability runs out, is that your pants explode.
The first time this happened to me, I thought I was getting petrified. Because I didn't.
色変えてパズルを解くギミックの、まあヒントは何かしらあるのかな
Oh, okay, it's not the biggest deal because I'm upgrading boots repairs.
どうするんですかねこれ。
The boots.
さっき修理というかフィックスすんのかなと思って見てたんですけど、
Upgrading them all again.
どうするんだろ
Ah,
Going to be a little bit annoying.
yeah, there's a. I'm doing
that's
the.
on leggings, the boots.
Yeah. I'm
The boss ka na?
slightly different
Wow.
depending on my drop luck. So like now if I get second nest or worse in the outer castle, I just go to the shop a second time and repair my boots so I can dash the full time in the castle. Except I'm forgetting to go to the shop again afterwards. Oh, this is a boss.
Probably the most annoying boss in the game because they understand that the Demon Souls tech of circle strafing.
He moves faster than you can, therefore circle strafe better.
なくないですか？結構強そうな武器買ってたと思うんですけど。
B stands for body, L stands for legs, which is where your boots are.
ああ、さっき確かなんかジャパニーズっていう話題でしたから、そこかもしれないですね。
I don't like this boss very much.
あ、なるほど。スタミナゲージと体力ゲージって同じバーなんだ。
Randomized elements and chaotic nature. It doesn't really have any setup. There's no real way you can manipulate it.
うわー、強そう。なんか毒食らってないこれ。
I've never been able to replicate it. Oh my god, I'm going to die. I mean, no, I'm not. But
あー、なんか苦戦してそうですが。大丈夫かな。終始こんな感じ。いやー、なんかプロムらしさを感じてきた。攻撃パターンもやっぱり、あ、あ、録音ないのか。いやー、難しいそれは。
Shortly that we're looking for a demon, as we are being told, or will be told. As for now, this demon goes arg.
ちょっとボイスありそうなとこだったら黙りましょうか。
This way.
Alright, before we oh, right, I broke my boots because I got a little silly with them.
Now that we've defeated the demon, the castle is inexplicably exploding.
Wow, this sucks walking up here.
あ、当時パッケージしか出せなかったから。
It's all my fault. This is my
なるほど、そういう考えもありそうですね。
Sienna, her cutscenes are kind of nonsense, all of them, through and through.
Well, basically.
But yeah,
essentially she would say, hey, you gotta get out of the castle, it's falling down. And we'd be like, what about you? And she'd be like, nah, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm great. Everything's okay. I'm great.
She tells us to look for Morpheus, I believe.
She tells you to look for Morpheus, and then your character's like,
なんか今のが妖精かな?
Maybe she said look for the demon, the uppercase D demon, as opposed to the demon we just fought right now.
少しずつ仕様を理解してきて楽しいぞ。
And then she's like, nah, I'm great. You go on. And we're like, okay, catch you later. Yeah, it's like literally you say like, later, I'll see you soon or something.
あ、フォーリム、ありがとうございます。
I got a bit more shopping to do. Get some armor for the areas coming up. Sell all these accessories I picked up. Yeah, I should be fine to buy this right now. Sorry, there's a lot of shopping you have to do.
アルミラピースっていうのかな、ここの世界の通貨単位は。
The most annoying area Darius has to deal with. There's like 3 elemental pedestals you have to open up. Oh shoot. Do I have... Oh, I know what I forgot to sell. Yeah, there we go. I thought I was short on money. But yeah, there's 3 elemental pedestals and you need to have spells with the opposite element to activate.
いい BGM ですね。
So we already have fire covered with the flayed skin armor. Didn't mean to buy 3 of those, but it's probably fine. I have fire covered with that, but I need those other 2 swords for an ice spell and a tree element spell. You know, tree.
How the shopping trips work in this game is essentially anything Diggle picks up, they'll be selling 99% simply for money. As every weapon and piece of armor has an ability tied to it, and you have to use certain abilities to open doors, much like keys. Most of it is simply just buying and upgrading the things we need to.
あ、何小説もあるんですか？エヴァーグレイスって。
Yeah.
Or to get past those barriers.
This area is also surrounded by kill pits, so yeah.
ノベライズ。
It's a wonderful area. There's turrets on the wall that will shoot you, dealing incredible knockback, and every room in this entire zone has a kill plane around it.
It's so good. This definitely isn't where 90% of my runs die.
あ、パルミラ。
Okay, it's not like 90. It's a good like
のかけら。
50% of them.
Yeah, there was a good few deaths just running off the edge.
ありがとうございます。
And here we have boss, but normal enemy. Still has a chance to drop some of the Palmario ore.
Only a chance though. If we get, there's 3 of them we're gonna kill. If I get 2, I'm golden. There's also some other enemies that have a much smaller chance of dropping. Oh no, I almost died.
一発重くない？
Some other enemies that we'll have to kill later to that have a much smaller chance of dropping Palmario ore. I would not rely on it though.
全然わからんのか。
I did not get one from that.
So as for healing, in the store you can buy up to 9 potions of healing. I think each one's a full health restore.
Yep. At least that.
At least that.
I missed
あ、アイスレイドで
So essentially,
何をしたんでしょう？
Diggles out of potions. I'll just go and grab some more.
Yeah, I should be good for a while, but if I'm not, well, I have to pop in every once in a while to repair my boots. I did pick up a couple of Billiana extracts, which are used to repair an item. If they aren't broken, that matters.
Very important condition.
Yes, a lot. When we get the final boss. Alright, can I at least get...
When we get the final boss.
まあ、結構鉱石とか落ちてるような世界なのかな？価値高いんですよね。
A little sweat drop. Look at you've got him on. Oh, you had him on the ropes. Got him.
Sure, we can pretend that's what that means. I don't know what most of these symbols above the enemy's head means, except for sword. That means it's probably going to attack maybe in a couple minutes if it feels up to it still. Probably.
Did you like the
プレイヤーレイド。ああ、逆属性でなんか
sometimes it literally just says
やってる感じありますが。
people attacking. Sometimes they'll think in pictures.
And sometimes you can figure out what that means. Mostly though, combat is a waste of time, unless you need money.
Combat in this game would be interesting if it was more functional.
If this
Much
game...
like other Dark Souls games, it does have a bunch of attributes. You have everything, it's slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing.
And you switch
Melee weapons.
Yeah.
And then your 4 elemental abilities. If you use the wrong
これリーフ
weapon, the
4エレメントって言ってたから属性4つあるのかな？
there's a very high chance you will heal them or just do 0 points of damage.
Usually it's heal them if you get it wrong.
Usually heal them. If you hit them with the wrong weapon, it's entirely possible to heal a boss to full health.
Again,
Thankfully,
definitely
everything
not a
is with
problem with
ammo.
the last boss and the
No.
way we route this.
The last boss is, look, it's tough, but it'll be okay.
If I, so
スイ
long
ッチ
as
してるんだ。
I
なるほ
know
ど。
the weapon I'm using and remember to use the Billiana extract.
まあ、いわゆるチュートリアル的なことなのかな。
And I've had Plinkle with the boss as one of the other weapons that does like a tenth of the damage. All right, these are the most dangerous enemies.
敵だった。
because they all do
敵だったのかな？
knockback, and there's 3 of them. And that blue one in particular has a spinny attack that can actually knock you behind her. Oof, God. Depth perception is terrible. Ah!
あ
Yeah, see how far that knocked me away? If you're anywhere near the edge with them, you will probably get...
Just in. She can just knock you like 20 feet sometimes.
And I have to kill all of them to fiddle with the mirrors here to actually do what I need
あ、
to
回
do.
復アイテム落としてくれるのいいな。
The mirrors solve a puzzle.
You're making like colored light to open colored doors, I guess.
You gotta make certain reflections of light based on the color of the mirrors. Honestly, we never really figured it out, so we just kind of mashed all the mirrors around until the level solves itself.
Yeah, we need to go in here to pick up the royal boots. Purple light is mandatory. And you also need to make, like, after getting the purple boot, or the royal boots, excuse me, you can make, like, pale blue light or something to She didn't drop a Palmyra orb. That's okay, we have a strat for that. But yeah, you need to make like pale blue light or something to actually leave the level. Spoilers, we're not doing that.
Oh no, yeah, we don't want to go back to the mirror room. There's a bunch of scary ladies in there. We love ladies.
ああ、迷子になりそ
No, I shouldn't say anything yet.
No, it's true. The hammer is a stabbing weapon.
Yeah, have you ever used a hammer to hit things like with the blunt?
Yeah, you grab it by the handle and you thrust, which is incredibly easy with a big heavy weight on the front because it pulls your arm forward.
By the way, if you run into those roots wrong, you'll get sucked off the edge. Alright, I'm going to switch.
Oh, you actually going to use this?
Yeah, I
う。あ
found
あ、
this
これから何をしようとしてるのかは、
Incredible backup strat.
Um,
Don't knock yourself off.
it's
お
fine. I don't think
なんだ
this can
なん
kill
か
me, probably.
またお金稼ぎなのか、乗ろうとしてる感じもありますが。
No, it's fine. I'm in control. Oh, there we go. We got one.
Okay.
See, it's
ああ、来た来た。
Oh yeah. Okay, so if you punch this tree root here, it spawns bees. Why? We're not sure. We only
I don't
figured
know
it
why
out,
the bees live
today.
here, but like everything that looked vaguely like a tree can spawn bees and then something extra
う
thing.
ん。
It's,
アラミラビー探しっぽい。
Confusing.
yeah, I only found this by
こ
accident.
こで稼ぐんですね。
Being uncooperative.
全然アイテム落ちないけど。
Let's see if the original speed run.
Well, I'm taking things off because you have a luck stack, and I think that probably affects drops.
お、いいですね。装備壊れる前に全部外しました。
B, please come over here.
B. Thankfully, the bees can only hit for 1 damage, so they're not really a threat.
Oop. Oh, this is not great drops. You know, I could oh, okay.
What? Did you just try to grapple the tree?
Yes. Unfortunately, the tree CMD is a bit too high currently. There we go. Alright, we're good now. First try, let's go. I think.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
As you do.
埋まりましたが、
Pause, right. I need to put on the boots again. There we go. Oh,
back down you go.
I might actually just not have to do this next thing. Nope, I gotta do this next thing. Oh no,
It's gonna
what's the
be
camera
harder like this
doing?
now. Camera, hello?
見ちゃいけないとこ見てる気がする。
Alright, this should be good.
Yeah. What Diggle's trying to do is get pushed down by the door so we can walk under something.
Nope, I missed it. Nope, I didn't activate it. I do have to use the dash skill to get there we go.
Oh,
Oh.
there you go.
Now we can walk
抜けま
under
したね。
things.
Real Metroid Prime gaming hours here.
Alright.
ああ、この後、
Super low down. Maybe you could actually
どう
get
す
them
る
to
の
push
か。
on door.
It's really inconsistent how much height it gives you, or takes away, I guess, in this case. If there's a way to consistently get pushed under the door, that would be nice.
Anyway, up another mysterious.
今の単純終わり
completely
もしかして。
different place that was nothing like the place we were before.
This is very Dark Souls 2 level design. Alright, we have a very important cutscene coming up that'll explain everything.
Oh, of course.
Before I
Yeah.
do that, though, I'm gonna just not forget to do that again. Because if I break those, I'm gonna have to repay like 1.4k to repair them. And that's no good. And I'm just gonna equip the majestic sword. So I don't
おそらく
solve my mistake because I need that later.
今のフォルス地下神殿ってとこ
Did
か
let
な
you show off the backup B strat.
Who's there?
My name is Darius. I need to ask you something.
Please, come in.
Alright, extremely important cutscene here.
This cutscene is the most important in the whole game.
Huh? We've never met.
No, but I knew you would come.
I don't get it, but that can wait. I have to ask you something. It's really important.
You want to know how to get out of this world and back to your own.
Huh? You seem to know many things.
No, I don't know anything. I only know what I hear.
No, I don't know anything.
I just know things.
I can hear it.
She just knows things.
The voice of the Great Mother.
She can hear the sun.
Great Mother. A Rubanian force of nature. Yeah, I
Great
have
Mother?
heard that the Rubanians have called this the large Billiana tree.
This sentence here is just entirely impenetrable. We don't know what it means.
He tried.
You must
The poor voice actor, he tried.
They called Rebane the mother of the tree.
Morpheus. The demon?
The demon?
I've told you
Wait, the
already.
demon?
I don't know anything.
Oh wait, no, never mind. She doesn't know anything.
Tell you what I hear.
This is too strange. Are you for real? Wait. Don't answer that.
Are you for real?
Please.
Don't answer that.
Go on. How do I meet this Morpheus?
How do I meet this Morpheus? Well, it's a good thing she doesn't know anything.
It is said that the medal exists in the royal commons. Only then will it all start.
So yeah,
なるほど。
hope you all are full of
こういうことみたいですね。
Yeah, the aliens have the Great Mother, and the Great Mother.
They call this the
is-
Great Billiana trees.
They call this the Great Billiana trees.
Hmm.
Trees of the Mother, and
Yeah.
are worshipped. Unsure. Anyway, she doesn't know a lot, so we have to go and find a medal because she said she does know that.
Alright, we're running back to the starting area because there's an old man there, distinct from
アラマド
that is coming up.
ヒル。
He has the royal helmet.
最初のとこ戻って
He's
きたのかな
actually the king of Rubane.
サラマンドラか。
And he's just kind
サラマン
of
ドラなのか。
living it out here. You cannot
Yeah,
pet the
he's
dog,
just
by
kind
the
of-
way. I'm sorry to inform you.
He just
Oh.
kind of points at the castle and says, "My castle," and then dies.
うん。最初のとこですよね。
Because the castle fell over, he is just so distraught.
これパルミラビー稼いでました、最初。
It was a low
ああ、探して、
for some
お金稼いでました。
Hey, look, if your entire house fell down in front of you, you'd probably feel your soul drop out as well. No idea what he's doing there with the dog, but
The dog is just concerned.
yeah, it's a good boy.
そういえばセーブって知ってますこれ。
Another shopping trip because there's never enough of
この
those.
時代オートセーブってあんまりないっすよね。クリスタルでセーブしそうなイメージあるけど。
Okay, well, we check that one off in about 2 seconds.
I don't think I need to sell anything else to afford everything. So we got another shopping list here. This time, we need to make a set of armor that's red, which fortunately we're already like 2/3 of the way there, and a set of armor that's blue, which we can accomplish by coloring the royal armor blue. This will come up in like 4 areas or something.
ムービーは割と PS2 っぽいなとは思ってましたけど、どうだろう。
Armor and abilities are the only way to open doors, so we have to make our own red and blue keys by painting our armor.
This okay?
あ、着せ替えですかこれは。
Pair of the boots again. Wow,
Don't break the boots again.
incredible what you can do when you remember to repair your frickin' boots.
What?
Ah, you gotta say fire truck, you can't swear.
Said frickin'.
Okay.
This okay?
あ、なるほど。
Get 2 more of these.
なんかわざわざお金かけて、おしゃれする必要あるのかなと思ってたんですけど、なるほど。 謎解き用に色変えをしてると。
Creepy, but he looks so wholesome. Do you think I should get a different angle on this?
You should
tap
probably get
here?
a different angle on them. I mean, they look very nice until you, like, see the big human teeth they have in their mouth and the weird
あ、
dry eyes.
This game. I think he localized this game, this mystical space top here. I think that was
So
the
thatか。
localizer, personally.
No wonder he's after mushrooms. They clearly didn't pay him.
Supposedly, according to the interview I listened to, the script was done by a native Japanese speaker who he spoke English decently well, but the script they got was just a complete train wreck,
そうだ。
as I'm sure you can tell. This statue right here is why we had to go through like half the game to get this armor. Blue is unrelated. Alright, here's hoping I can do a thing.
Get decked out in some real fashion souls.
This is the first game actually to really feature this sort of fashion souls. This one. Something they would, you know, refine more in Demon Souls and Dark Souls. This game has a lot of the DNA you would see in later.
うわー、動き出した。
So, like, I think this has more in common. Ow.
Yeah, he's on Steam. Look at him.
これ体力大丈夫なのかな。
That too. I just need to hit him once and I can stun lock him. There we go.
On Steam with tall.
ゾウに雇った皇帝の霊と戦闘。
Okay.
おー、そのための
Super great job of
謎解きだっ
this.
たんですね。
Oh man,
It's
I'm.
okay. He's only got one attack.
He's got two.
ゾウが動くことなんて思わないですよ。
Wait, he can seal me? Oh my god. Okay, I can't dash now.
あ、あ、あ。
Alright, there we go. The other thing that I do that's spinning around sometimes just guarantees enemies will behave in a specific way.
ロイヤルメダルかな。
Anyway, we moved the big statue, and that gives us the item we need.
Oh my god, I don't have any. I forgot to buy an important item. I forgot to buy the consumable that cures silence. Because I didn't think I'd be getting silence this early on. I didn't even know that guy could inflict silence.
The one place you could get silenced, and you managed to do it.
I mean, there's a couple of places later. That's never happened before. I'm finding out new things about this game. Maybe I'll find the, like, one enemy in the game that paralyzes me, too.
Yeah, Paralyze is an element that can happen in this game, and there is a cure for it in the shop. Not that either of us have actually
Is the music
found the
alright?
enemy.
I think the music's broken.
Music's having... It's okay, it's trying.
No, the music is definitely screwed up. Yeah, sometimes what can happen if you pause the cutscene where the statue guy comes to life. Oh no, this is wrong.
なんか BGM について話してましたね、今。
Not right at all. Oh no, it's become a nightmare.
うん、なんかね、くるっと回ってますよね。なんだろ
Yeah, so if you pause that cutscene or skip that cutscene where the statue comes alive and pause before
う。ああ、装備も充実してきた感じがしますね。右下も多分フル装備でしょう。
the music starts for the fight, this happens where the music just breaks completely.
God, real Resident Evil developers got
I love that. Alright,
No, that'll be improving some of this.
wow, I did not... Oh, whoops, there's not a Coliseum. There's the ice caves, because of course.
アイス
No, we get
カバー氷結道かな。
from Rubain.
Oh no, they're too close. I can't forget they exist.
Yeah, they might bop you.
So we're trying to do a Z glitch. One of the there's two ways to get out of it as far as I know. Getting hit by an enemy will,
Snap you back to the floor.
Yep. Also loading an area will do the same. It's specifically whenever you see the load screen and not necessarily just interacting with a door.
おお。
The distinction matters for one of Charlene's areas.
あ、またやってる。またやってるよ。
Most dangerous stairs in
で
the
もカット
game.
シーンをこれ飛ばしてるのかな。
Kill planes under these
強制戦闘とか、まあそんな感じが
And they're
します
also
が。
pushing back against you because, you know, ice physics.
Oh yeah, no, you still slide.
これ結構簡単にできるのかな。すごく頻繁に使ってますけど。
We can only assume that at some point someone ran so fast that they just
おお、滑る。
themselves out of bounds, so there's kill planes under there.
Mm-hmm.
あ、ここには何をしにやってきたのかは分かりませんが、
Fighting
攻略
against
してい
the,
ってますね。
the shove of the stairs, and then you snap past it, and then you're dead.
It might actually be easier doing it like this because the ice physics are truly abstract and
Abstract, like a lot of this
Abstract.
game.
ウニ。
abstract is a good way to put it because it doesn't it acts like ice physics but it doesn't, and then you just kind of like you go everywhere.
そもそも今のとこ通れなくないか。
We skipped using the fire spell to lower some stalactites, or is it stalagmite? I think it's stalactites. Right, pause. Excuse me.
Yeah, still like
バランサー。
Will the music break again? sometimes you take that elevator, the last
Don't want
little
to
bit
get
of
this
music just gets like 5 times louder for some reason. Okay, maybe only like twice as loud.
And after the ice caves.
Y 軸。
Love the ice caves, as you do.
Yeah, this is some real Dark Souls 2 logic.
Mm-hmm. I should have. I'm gonna kill this guy real quick to get a little bit more money. Oh, I guess I'm killing this one too. I think I'm just shy of having enough for everything I need here. One annoying thing about the enemies in this game is that they tend to auto-guard you constantly if they're not attacking. Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure why his elbows are on fire.
That's just
It
the
just
flayed,
happens when
that's
you
just
put
what
on-
flayed skin armor
あ、
does.
私だよ、私だよ。
Yeah, for some reason, wearing a bunch of flayed skin is fire elemental, and you just, you
まあまあま
when you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Why is there a bunch of flayed skin?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
あ。BGM めちゃくちゃいいな。
You're thinking too hard. Don't worry about the plot or the story.
Don't worry, the cutscenes coming up will explain everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Ceremonial spear. This
You've been
hammer
confused up
genuinely
until now.
carries.
Everything-
Oop, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, while this hammer does
Oh.
carry us through like 90% of the game, we need the ceremonial spear to accomplish specific
武
things
器を変えた
coming up.
He's killing a boss.
Yeah, and a couple of enemies later that the hammer is not effective against.
This one?
The boots, that's what I'm forgetting. There we go.
One?
So yeah, Charlene. Let's talk about her because she's about to be important. Charlene is.
Yeah, who is she?
Yeah, when Darius
Yeah,
was a wee
who?
child with the crest that makes him a social outcast with the dark sign, Charlene was like one of the only people who really took care of him, and then she died.
あ、コロシアムでは
Darius did something? This will explain everything.
This cutscene explains everything.
Look there, Darius. That old man is Morpheus.
Oh, that's the bird. That's a human.
Quick, get him.
Thank you, Bud. That's a human.
Darius.
Huh? Charlene? How
And
could
there's
this
Charlene. She's just kind of hanging out there. That's our other protagonist.
be? This can't be. It's impossible.
Darius just unmovingly admits to committing murder.
I killed her.
According to the novelization, what this apparently means is that when assassins
はい、
from
ということで、名前なんて言ってましたっけ？なんかやっぱ海外だと違うな。チャラミって言ってなかった。
assassin was about to kill him.
Did I?
Charlene stepped in the way, and then Darius's crest magic garbage activated, and then she disappeared. Oh, pay special attention to Darius's hair coming up.
Oh yeah, we love this. There's a little demon baby. We'll see him in Charlene's playthrough, but God knows what he's about.
It's better than I expected.
Charlene!
Real
Charlene!
haircut going on there, buddy.
Some sort of level of detail nonsense. All right, we're just gonna let Morpheus take it away here and explain the plot.
How dare you barge in making all this noise?
You! What did you do to her?
Shouldn't you introduce yourself before you start demanding answers?
I don't know why this text box is slow.
Answer the question!
なんで私が重たいの？
Real battlefield camera controls going on here.
I'll leave the rest up to you.
But wait!
Answer my questions.
on?
Ah.
Old man.
You answer the call. What's going on? No, what's
Don't
going
mind
on?
the camera
You answer
clipping into the
question.
floor there, I guess. It's fine.
Yeah, so now there's this big guy.
This guy is
He
で、
kind
おそらくドラワイドかな
not as bad as the demon
を
lowercase.
倒すシーン、戦闘シーン
basically
です
all he
ね。
does is he'll do a swing,
That
which can hit you.
attack where he spins around is really annoying to dodge. I don't understand 100% the hitbox. So, you know, just like Dark Souls with the janky hitboxes.
Ideally, we were looking for him to just do his jump attack repeatedly, since he'll always jump over you, which makes the attack extremely easy
Wow.
since it dodges itself.
そうですね。悪魔
Yep.
かな。
Ow.
種族についてもちょっとあまり
Okay.
言及されてないですよね。
One thing I have not explained about stamina in this game, or we haven't explained, so you'll notice that I like to be at lower health if I can get away with it. That's because stamina, having high stamina means you do more damage, but it's like not like it's
I'm sorry I brought you into this.
oh god, it's so weird and confusing and unintuitive, but like so the way stamina generates
何が起こったんだ
like
一体何が起こったんだ
health and not your current health. So
アバンドンズロードとか言ったら捨てられた道かな
recover stamina basically instantly. It's so weird. Anyways, this will explain everything about the game.
One fooled by that.
Oh,
file
yeah, no, yeah. Well, I mean, we failed to do a good job, but this'll do it.
You're wounded. I know. I guess this is it for me. I'm not ready to go.
He's dying, Ruth. He's dying.
Is he? He's still going for it.
Out of here safely.
Hate it when you just meet a cute girl and you think everything's going right, and then you just
She's turned
die.
into a guinea pig. Before it's too late.
We don't want to get turned into a guinea pig either.
Take this. Promise me.
バーレットスフェアもらいました。
This is
なんでしょう。
one of the best cutscenes in the game. For the exceptional dialogue, voice acting, and the camera that's just kind of wandering off.
Where's he going?
ムービー飛ばされてるボスにコロシアムの床を壊されて落とされてる。あ、なるほど。さっきの地下というか、
Does this?
落とされた先がここだったんだ。
Check out this heat shimmer effect, where all the vertices are just warping. You know, who cares about Darius? Get him off screen, but this heat shimmer effect.
This is honestly, we kind of like this effect.
It looks weird though. It looks like someone described it as Jabu Jabu's belly, and you know what? They're right.
No, we don't like that. Anyway, this one just speaks for itself.
Bye, dying man.
Bye.
How do you?
Anyway, dying man.
Are you
Oh,
related to Charlotte?
he just
い
won't.
やー、ずるいな、ソルジャーさん。
refuses to quit.
I caused her misfortune.
Misfortune is a pretty low tier word for killed someone.
Anyways, yeah, that's dying man. I love it. He's
We'll
my
see more
favorite
of him.
character in the game. He just can't be bothered with
great.
anything. All right, he did
We'll see
give
more
us.
of him. He's not finished dying
マッシュルーム。
just yet.
Yeah, he did give us a sphere, which we need to make the upcoming boss vulnerable. But first, we need to run over here and grab the other one. You're supposed to get an item that has the float skill.
これ回復って自動なんですかね。
Lava.
自分で使ってるのかな。
Amount of damage.
左下の緑色の瓶、回復アイテムなんですけど、装備してたらなんか
It truly is a mystery, but
勝
yeah,
手に回復してくれるのかな。
as long as you're mashing health and you run across, you'll be fine. The lava will only tickle your feet a little bit. Lots of interweaving and connecting parts here, but mostly just need some orbs so we can go make the boss vulnerable and beat it up.
Oh, I should put on.
Why are we in a volcano?
That's just Dark Souls, baby. Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2, baby! I fell through the floor, now you're in a
太古
volcano.
の
That's
世界というか
apparently- the Colosseum is over both an ice
時
cave.
代背景だそうですが、まあ、基礎会も充実してるんでね。
The Colosseum is...
回復アイテムは使用は手動。
It's got the best of both worlds. heating in the winter and cooling in the summer.
もうなんか強そうなのが出てきましたよ。
This guy just is attacking with a giant
That's
ore
right.
lamp, and yeah, he has a giant hit.
おお、なんだなんだ。
It's like a chalice with a really long
No.
handle.
I prefer the floor lamp interpretation.
we'd like the idea that it's really just a glass that's been stretched out.
I'm gonna try for a strat here. The last time I did this, I soft locked the game.
Oh,
Okay. I have to wait for this boss to finish.
あっという間でしたね。
Soft lock. Oh. Okay, well.
why is the boss still attacking you? It's dead.
So there's a door coming up. Oh, whoops, I forgot to switch to dash. This is why magic is generally not used in combat. It has terrible wind-up, but yeah, so the door back here is locked until you kill the boss. But I did a Z, you can do a Z glitch to get over here faster after the boss dies. I did it so fast that this just wouldn't open for some reason.
You despawned the boss, so the trigger to open never went off.
I think that's what
これは
happened.
魔法って言っていいのかな飛び道具というか、魔法で
We have some
魔
time
法
to
使え
watch
る
this
のかな
cutscene.
This warrior had a crest. And now, have you ever
And
thought
here we
about
are, this is
crest,
a-
what it means?
This
what
is
it
Sienna.
is?
Yeah. We're just still not sure what.
I just
fruitful
love the way
means,
she
okay?
rotates without animating at all.
Wherever you go. That won't change in this world or your own.
She really gets around.
People exist in a constant
This will explain everything, by the way.
They're carried along by the
The
flow.
Billiana fruits from the Billiana tree.
Same goes for bearers of the crest. But when a crest bearer struggles, they make currents in the flow, and people get swallowed up by them.
At some
It's
point,
getting really deep here.
probably should have said this is
Flash
a
about
combination
it.
90% run and showcase, because these cutscenes are just chef's kiss.
Mwah.
So what? What difference?
So
does
what?
it
Who
make?
cares?
I know all this.
I just can't get over the axe that's not animating at all.
Everyone afraid of the crest?
That's my favorite part about this cutscene.
The X in the background just hanging out.
I'm in a hurry.
It's vibing. We'll figure out why it's there later on.
I need to know how to get out of here. You know, don't you? Tell me where I can find Morpheus.
I see. If that's what you want.
It's gotta find
Fine.
Morpheus.
Please don't move. You're very strong.
You're very don't move. You're very strong. Question mark.
What does that even mean?
This is like this game has one of the
これで移動したのかな
stating
はい。
three sentences and none of them being connected in any way.
It's like Dark Souls. They tell the story vaguely, but also they do it badly, so it doesn't imply greater connection. It just implies confusion.
エテラルドにある不思議なあざ、さっきの序盤に出てきたマークって言ってましたね。の話をした後にラスダンに転送。もうラスダンですか。このユテラルド編のラスダンってことなのかな
I didn't pick up the axe because I don't need the money. I have enough money for everything else in the game at this point. I can't even sell it anyways, and it's also a bad weapon. So like, it's literally completely useless for our.
このゲーム主人公は一人だけじゃなく、さっきちらっと出てきましたね。多分そのルートもやるんですかね。エニパーがどこまであるのかちょっとわからないですが。
If you try to talk to him again, he'll say this.
About how you use my armaments, you know. Okay, that looks good.
Apparently, yeah,
Yeah.
people will judge your fashion. Sometimes he'll call you a loser. As for the cutscenes explaining anything,
さて、
no.
I don't know why he has the nerd emoji voice.
ソーリンタワー。
Every time I hear him speak, it's just like nerd emoji running through my head.
This is the statue where you need to have all your clothes to be red so you can get through the red statue.
It's possible to solve
この方の自己ベあとワールドレコードを持っていまして、1時間30何分だったような気がしますが。
I need to show something off before we finish Darius' story, because this game has an exceptional localization. As you
すいません、1時間47分ですね。ただ、もうちょっと、もう1時間ぐらいあるかと。
this guy in the back
ただ、序盤ね、ちょっと装備が壊れたりと、ところどころあったので、
damage for me.
To be
もうちょっと
honest,
続くと思いますが
play this game and watch all the cutscenes, it still doesn't make an awful lot of sense. There are some books you can read throughout the game that'll explain
Explain is a very strong word.
Explain is an extremely strong word, because all of them seem to be out of context.
No, the Lordos jumped up! No! Now we
Half
gotta
of them
wait for
contradict
them.
each other. Sometimes they even contradict themselves.
No! God! Man. Every time I get sealed here.
You joke between myself, but the only reason we know that the big scorpion lady is the Princess of Rubain is because if you go to the shop and buy her bestiary entry and read the bestiary entry in the shop, it says she's the Princess of Rubain. Nowhere else in the game is it mentioned at all.
It doesn't even the localization calls her the Queen.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's supplemental materials where she's actually a princess, and also much more important.
So in the game she's a queen because they got the translation wrong. But in the supplementary material she's a princess. That makes sense. What is a queen but an older princess?
Yeah. And because the boots are default red, we can just... Oh wait, going back doesn't matter, right? Alright, this statue right here is why we colored the royal armor.
これは
we're done
象の色が関係してそうか。
after this statue. We just can't sell it.
So we need to be red to get through the red statue, blue to get through the blue statue.
And whatever
これも装備の色が関係しているそうですね。
Because this game is very consistent and not at all a cobbled together piece of crap.
Look, that's a bit harsh. It's a
なん
beautiful.
かプリセット欲しいですね、こう見ると。装備の。
This game, like I do genuinely like this game, but it's a piece of garbage.
So we're not sure where we are anymore.
We're still in the soaring tower, I guess.
Okay.
Probably.
It's somewhat unclear. We kind of have to run around here and solve another puzzle.
そう。もう地面に突き刺さってるんですよ、走ってるとき。
We just gotta make green light for the green statue. There we go.
やっぱ自分で装備しないとダメか。
Statue turns green. Green statue
Alright, I can skip that cutscene.
gives no anything. Gives no fire trucks.
おお。
I love the pitter patter the characters make when you run around. It just reminds me of a pet jumping out of bed and running to the door when you come home because they're just so happy to see you. It just makes me happy.
First time we played through this, we did go and color our armor green.
Oh, they actually programmed in a green color. All right, hardest challenge yet. More 90-degree turns.
Part. 上層かな
Things. Anyways, you can switch characters here at this thing, and they misspelled Darius's name.
It's a
Darius. So yeah, great game. I hope I don't die here.
Wonderful level.
やるってことはもう遠距離攻撃でひたすら進んでいく感じなんですかね、さっきの。
Ooh, this is good RNG. So this
あ、切り替えた。
right here, you know?
あ、そういう切り替えれんだ。
Content for a PS2 launch game, and that players will beat it really quickly. So you know what? Kill room. Kill 12 enemies that randomly spawn in here, so you can open the door enough to get through it. This guy doesn't count because he's not a random spawn.
Yep, he's the wrong spawn. He's a guaranteed spawn, so he doesn't open doors.
I don't even know what he is. Some kind of messed up tree.
You know, if you bought the bestiary entry, it'd probably tell you his incredibly deep and back lore and backstory.
Ruth, you are lying so hard right now.
いわゆる3組のシステムがあったかどうか。
All the bestiary entries are like one sentence, and they tell you that the flowers have roots for feet.
そうですね、ノックバックで攻撃キャンセルできるのはいいですね。
It has roots for feet.
And that's genuinely the best and most interesting one, because it's just like roots for feet. Great, thanks.
List for donations. Literally just waiting for enemies to randomly spawn on a random.
I don't know if spinning around like this helps. It just occupies my hands with something.
あ、なるほど。HP とスタミナ回復、トレードオフだったんだ。なるほど。
More than one of these. These kill rooms are the reason why I did so much research on the game, just so I could fill the dead air. So I read the fan
面白いでし
translation
ょ
of the
なんでしょう
novel
さっき鍋と鳥の巣出てきましたけど
to figure out what's actually going on. Like, you know, I would be like the fan translate or the novel itself is like actually interesting. I'd be down to see like a full translation of it because it was the translation I read was more of a summary, but like there's actually a lot of interesting things they just didn't put in the game.
ああくるくるしてると
The world outside of this tree is you know, basically a post-apocalypse.
調整戦闘長いね
Disappeared 100 years ago in a flash of light, and ever since then the land has basically been barely supporting people living on it. Oh, I need. Oh, did I
need one more? You can't crawl through there.
Oh, okay. So there's a fun little quirk here. If you kill these enemies too close
やっぱ
to
りハイリスク入れたんですねギリギリ攻める
time, the game only sees one of them die, and you only get credit for one of them.
まあ
So the door won't.
Low enough.
Yeah, if you wait like a second between
正
them.
規ルートかのように隠しダンジョン攻略してましたが強いですねやっ
It's
ぱ
incredible they somehow managed to make an auto scroller somehow worse.
But yeah, the land outside is basically barren and barely supports 4 villages, and they've all made an alliance to, you know, not die of starvation, except, you know, it immediately falls into civil war. And over the nature of the Billion trees, one village thinks they're like sacred and they must be protected. Oh, I just despawned the random things I need to kill.
So this is the next kill room. You may notice that it looks exactly
武器変えましたね
There are no ice physics here.
Just blue marble, I guess.
It just happens to look like ice.
And in the novel, in the light novel, the reason Darius ends up in
あ回復した
is because he was in. Oh my god, I did it again. He was in that one village that was going against the rest of them that thought the Billion trees are sacred. And he's there to burn down the forest, and then he gets sucked into a tree? Question mark? And then he's in Rebane. Which is also in kind of a time bubble, I guess.
Is it actually in a bubble, a time bubble? Because there's books in this game, you read them and it says like Ruben is trapped in like a magical.
これモーションの前に吹き出し出るんですね
I guess that's one way to localize that. But no, it's like, yeah, because so like with
なんかやっぱ切り替えてる
Darius
のや
it
あり
was
そうですね
like a child like 10 years ago.
あなかなか開かない
And Charlene's basically the same age in this game as when Darius was a child. Wow, I'm surprised that worked the way it did. So there's some kind of timey-wimey bubble. Kinda like Dark Souls 1.
No. We like.
もうそれ通れるでしょ通れる広さだと思うんだけどな
a different time sphere, and they just pointed at it and went, "That's a crystal ball."
Alright, that is true. That is also a very good interpretation. Wait for one more set of spawns.
一気に開いてほしいですね
But yeah, no, the novel is actually really interesting and really
あ
actually.
でも確かにこういう調整セットがあると、まあ、武器を
It's actually really nice and touching.
整えておくっていうのが
That's
こうなる
this
程度
game.
重
We
要
don't
性
actually learn anything about what goes on between them, other than Charlene was looking after Darius. when
We'll
he was a
see
baby
the
boy.
extent of their interactions coming up, or like half of their interactions together. Also, hey, where are these
Where?
ladies so I can kill them? I should workshop that actually. Maybe not say that.
Maybe that's no luck. They're the ones attacking you. But yeah, it seems like the NPCs, the enemies here, sometimes
開
just
けましたね
don't spawn. They don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't want to show up to the kill box. Admittedly, like, we wouldn't want to show up to a box where we get killed either.
あなるほどなんか回復アイテム装備の耐久値回復アイテムないのかなと思ったらありましたねビリアのエクストラ
I don't know either.
あボスっぽい何かが
This is a big spinny thing. It spins around. It's a boss. It'll be
I
gone
think
soon.
it's unlocked it. Usually it does at
Yeah.
least a couple of attacks. when you have this much stamina to regenerate. But I guess that works too.
違う。作品が。あ、これで。
They're on a break.
どうなるかな
Don't fall in the yellow substance. That's an instant death. I'm so proud that I've yet to die in this. This game is so lousy at killing you all the time, for whatever reason, for no reason.
There are an incredible amount of just pits.
これで。
Walk into.
Okay, so coming up to the final boss of Darius's story, and the first time I played this game, I couldn't damage the boss, and I don't know if that's because the game was broken or I couldn't figure out how to do it. But like, old men, warning.
I've been waiting for this.
No, it was absolutely bugged.
Where is Charlene?
Oh,
Is that important to you?
I need to watch that VOD again to see how that went down. Basically, this boss teleports if you attack him. He teleports if you dash. He teleports if you attack him while he's
あ、
attacking.
これはあれですね。コロシアムで
He teleports. He just teleports all the
見た組み合わ
time.
せですね。
And yeah, so what you gotta do is you gotta just walk up to him and wait for him to do a certain attack.
You creep.
Yeah, let him.
You creep.
Smack him.
Don't attack too quickly though, or he'll teleport.
Yeah,
And then you gotta
use
chase
the
him down
dark
without
side.
teleporting. It's a mess.
There is no one better than you as the subject for my final experiment with the AI crest.
Also, that's clearly the
Oh,
owl
こ
crest.
本当だ。これがテーマにいる人。
What's the owl crest?
Weird Al Yankovic must be stopped.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Old men are the
た
future.
だ戦法は変わりませんね。
Got that reference. Let's lat about that.
お、言ってられた最終ボス。バグラゲラ。
Oh my god. Yeah, so I screwed this up pretty badly. Okay, he teleported next to me, so I should be fine now.
He's gonna take the hit. This is how it went down.
Mm-hmm. Now we're just beating an old man to death with
こ
a
れ
hammer.、
こっちダメージ食らってなくないですか
Beating and more stabbing.
気のせい
It's a metaphorical kind of beating. Anyways, this cutscene is 4 minutes long and unskippable and will explain everything.
My glorious AI crest.
Best cutscene in the game, far and away.
So does it actually explain anything?
It's
Throws words at you.
you know
it's
too
over.
much. Humans can't change the cycle.
Oh,
of the
mysterious woman's here
Disclaimer,
again.
this is the first time the cycle is being mentioned.
Sienna? What?
Yeah, no,
あ、
everything.
低いだけで食らってたんだ。なるほど。
New knowledge.
Never agreed to this for the mere convenience of demons like you, who exist simply to destroy.
Not sure what he's
I'm
agreeing
not
with.
Wrong. I can't be.
Impeccable
Oh, why
logic.
he's wrong?
He would win a debate, for sure.
Sienna, you're a demon, but you still care.
I guess we assume that demons don't have feelings.
He won't even remember your voice, much less your warmth.
Where is he, Morpheus?
Where do you think? He's in a place you know all too well.
No.
Yes!
This is where the GIF on my timer comes from.
ここだ。
Yeah, Morpheus appears to be a chameleon.
Morpheus!
No idea what the end of lands is, no idea what any of this
No one
means.
would blame me for doing this. I'm going to
No idea why Charlene's freaking out.
Cena just standing there like a log. Charlene
This
rotating on a single point.
fault.
Had to open it. Open what?
Of it. Oh, you just
It.
had to open
What's
it,
it?
didn't you? Which one will you give up? The precious little
Wait, so
girl?
the little baby that's flying around is her baby?
Very
Yeah, Trandon, the kid with the bowl cut we saw for like a second before he turned into the demon lowercase d. That's Trandon. Oh, best.
Oh, here he goes. Here goes Morpheus. God, you ever just spin around so fast you vibrate into atoms? That's how we want to go out.
It brings a smile to my face every time. Also, most relatable line. What's going on? What's happening?
What's happening? What is
and
happening?
that's Darius's story. Are you full of comprehension
What the-
and understanding?
No.
So Charlene, how about that Charlene?
クレストに対して自己的なクレス
Yeah, we'll
ト
get to hear
で
about her story.
あるクレストっていうのを作ろうとしてた。
If that
は
last cutscene was confusing, it's okay. None of it's explained.
あ。あ
and
る
it
クレストっていうのがあるんです
doesn't
ね。
get mentioned anywhere else.
Huh?
ということで、これが
What a relief. Don't get up just yet.
Darius? Who are you?
This apparently,
I was
supposedly
worried
happens
about
right after
how
Charlene dies? Question mark?
I thought
Well, she doesn't die. She gets sent here. It just looks like she dies to everybody.
Ah, okay, that makes sense, you know?
Yeah,
I can't.
that at least makes sense. I guess.
What's your name?
It's not explained in this game, but yeah.
Charlene?
That's right. She just the voice actor just stumbles saying her own name. Let's go.
What a pretty name. I'm Sienna.
Sure, we love that they keep that taken.
They didn't have money for a second take. I don't even know if they had money for a first take, to be honest. The mystical space top here took all the localization budget.
Be sure you don't leave this place, okay?
Okay.
Okay, wait here. Lovely little house with a bed and a door.
ラーメン編。シャリーンなんですね、海外だと。あ、いる。
Charlene's story apparently takes place before Darius's and then syncs up.
Mhm.
Time and plot reasons.
It is basically a prologue to
Ah.
Darius' story.
Yeah,
なるほど。
this would technically be the introduction and the start of
色ホルゴってやつ
the
だ。
story.
Mhm.
Sienna
あ、なんか、
hasn't changed at all.
そういう世界なんだ
Sienna
な。
finds Charlene, hides a girl away. Morpheus is like, ooh, that sounds interesting.
I know. So what?
Run!
And she's dead!
Yeah.
あー。
Cut ending.
The pacing in this game is impeccable.
We get to
Yes.
see Trandon, little bowl cut baby, apparently Siena's child.
What's wrong, Trandon? Answer me.
What's going on with him? No idea. He's just flying around and shooting fireballs.
Well, you seem
According to the novelization,
I think you can figure out what
he was experimented on by Morpheus to get the Owl crest,
Morpheus?
or the AI crest, I guess, if you want to be
what?
faithful to the Japanese version, but it's the Owl crest in the English version.
So there's the crest, and then there's the owl crest.
Yeah.
Do you know what the difference is?
So sorry I brought you into all this.
Wow, that's a really interesting explanation. Thanks, Bennett.
Sienna?
You're welcome.
I'll never escape the curse of the crest.
Yes, the crest. Finally, it's in my hands.
Morpheus is just kind of going off.
Hey, hold on, what? No, wait, what?
あ、それでシエナ。
Make any sense?
あ
Oh
ー。
no!
So sorry.
He was researching the
Sienna-
crest, but he didn't have any crest studies to crest people to study. Wait, no, but he had this guy coming up. What? Oh no! The plot doesn't make sense, Ruth. There's a plot hole, I think.
It's hard to tell if there's a plot hole in this game because the plot
Crest?
mostly consists of holes.
She said crest.
It's more like a fishing net than a cloth.
Yeah, plot fishing net.
I've got to help
It keeps
her.
just falling apart.
お、
You might think that was a lot of cutscene to sit through. Don't worry, that's like one of the only cutscenes in Charlene's route because
綺麗なキーパーソンだった。
surprisingly in this like, no budget game from 2000. Anyways.
Certainly about
さあ装備も最初から
Charlene.
ぽいですね。
find a pot, find a bow, off you go.
It took me the first time I played this game. It took me 15 minutes to realize that string of polygon or that string of pixels on the bed was a bow. And I spent like that time running around this area just punching things. You're supposed to go to the back to Saramad Hill and do stuff there.
ユテラルドの幼馴染だったが、ユテラルドのクレストが暴走してこっちに飛ばされてきた。
Punching things.
あ
Wow, second try. Okay, that's the most difficult Z glitch in the game because
あ、そういうつながりがあったんですね。
actually start falling.
じゃあシャルメ編やんないとわかんないよ。
Oh, good job.
鍋かぶった。本当だ。
Shannon's playthrough will use a lot of the same areas that Darius is.
ああ、またやってますね。
Three unique areas to her name.
They're
And
all
they're all
terrible.
terrible. Mostly
今回はお金稼ぎはしないで、そのまま行くのかな。
But the door is closed, so we need to fly
そもそも近接
over here. Also for this mushroom.
攻撃方法が
Gotta get the mushrooms.
ないのかな。
We'll give you a discount.
Ooh, boots. Those are
One's
being sold
boots.
for money.
Yep, almost everything in this game is useless.
ああ、やってますね。
You need to open doors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go on a little bit of a flight here.
It's soaring over the royal commons like a bird.
Now you may think, oh, you can do Z flying in this game.
すぐ空中飛んじゃう。
Attached to the ground
歩いちゃう。
instantly, so
You
If you
cannot
walk
walk
over
over kill planes,
any
basically.
kill plane or pit you walk over will immediately kill you.
Yeah, so if I took like if I stepped 3 feet to the right, I would die.
Mm-hmm.
The
You
end,
just
no
fall
world.
straight off the world,
Mm-hmm.
right into the ocean.
We skipped
精霊の
guff to get
精霊
exactly what because
が
it's
宿っ
too
た
long since my
銅
casual
像に来
playthrough,
ました
but,
わ。
Here's the best track in the game that definitely doesn't drive me insane because I have to listen to it through 3 areas, including the single worst area in the game. And this is the longest area in the game because Charlene has to start with an intense amount of
おお、
grinding.
ブラッドクロ
What you will be doing
強そ
pot crabs.
Yeah, this is multi-stage grinding. First off, we're gonna start by killing these crabs because they have a chance to drop 2 items: the speed boots and the frost armor. The speed boots are nice to have for now. They're not required. It's just you can get around faster. But the frost armor is actually required, so you can upgrade it twice to get a big area of effect ice spell. So you can grind more efficiently. Also, these crab pots are called tentacles. Yeah. Oh, there's the frost armor.
タコですね。タコツボ。ん
Fun fact, the localization team was not you could roleplay in had an item called an hentacle, and that's why. And then he just snuck it into this game.
Gotta get those crabs.
Charlene, you might be wondering if there's any differences between Charlene and Darius, or Darius, depending on where you're looking. Not really. Oh, I think I got a Z glitch.
No.
That's actually kind of bad because there's some pretty nasty kill planes coming up. Oh, hold up. If I were doing this like for the 80% record or making world record attempts, I would not do this. But because it is a showcase / 80% run. Also, don't walk straight forward coming into this room because that floor thing will
Literally
curse you and kill you.
Right there.
Anyways, it's our favorite character, the Dying Man.
Dying Man is back.
Stay back.
Love this
I
lad.
told you not to get any closer.
He's still dying, but in the past.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
お、これさっき見ましたね。
Research lab?
You didn't know? Then what are you doing here? You've heard of it,
もう
right?
さっきも書いてましたよね。まあ時間軸的にはこっちの方が先なので、脅されたのかな
Need to see him.
さっきの空間に。
Gotta find Morpheus because he took
You have
Sienna.
something to do with his experiments? Too bad. I need to see him too, but look at me. This place is full of abandoned test subjects. You can't get to him.
How do I know unless I try? I think I have a better shot at it than you. You look bad.
You look bad.
Maybe you're right. Here, take this.
Damn, dude, you messed up.
When Charlene comes up to you and is like, you look
Remember-
bad.
Who are you, my fierce?
Has a gunshot wound. That looks bad.
Charlene, huh?
He just keeps
I will
talking
forget.
even when he's not
I'll pay you
talking in
back
this
for your help
cutscene.
someday.
They only had budget for one animation
So?
cycle for him. That started as a joke, but that's probably just actually the truth. They didn't have the time to make another animation set for him. Wow, I completely regret getting the glitch there. So he gave us a Billiana fruit, but you don't have to talk to him for it. That corpse I just walked by will also give you one, just without the dialogue and having to go off the path where you need to go.
And that cutscene there with Dying Man is the last we'll see of him, sadly, and also the entire reason he's in love with Charlene, and somehow appears in a volcano.
He's like 30 and Charlene's 16. Smile.
Ugh. That's not okay.
Yeah.
あ、なんか回復アイテムないと怖いですね。
Liquid cash. Hopefully these octopus pots will give some more money, but they're being extremely ungenerous with their
Beast
drops.
Emblem.
Oh, I did have the speed boots, right? Not that I can really use them now.
Uniquely in this area of the game,
I
if
know.
you walk up to the beds here and click on them, you'll heal.
あ、大丈夫かこれ。
I will not be doing that because I need to be at low health so I can hit them faster. The big difference, right? I was explaining about the differences between
長くなった。
before I got distracted by
鍋は被っててほしいですね。
Z-glitch. If you hit something with Charlene, instead of just sort of like getting flinching backwards, Charlene will just completely fall on her butt and have to get up, and it's incredibly irritating.
It's true, she is actually the low tier of the character list.
I did not get a lot of money there. Alright, these crates can spawn bees for some reason, even though they're not trees. Oh, sweet,
No
I just dropped a
idea.
Palmyra ore.
Bees just seem to spawn out of random items in this game, and we've never really figured out why.
You could say that about a lot of Evergrace. We've never really figured out
あ
why.、
来ましたね。スピードブーツ。
Alright,
安
I
心、
did fix Z-glitch.
信頼の。
Those stairs have killed runs before, because the kill plane is right up against the bottom side of it.
そう、キャラ変わってますね。主人公、2人目の主人公ですね。
45-degree stairs that are the most dangerous in the game.
Yes, that was indeed a flying jelly bean that dropped a giant candy corn, otherwise known as a bee.
Yeah, I guess that's what they look
さ
like.
あ、武器は何を買うんでしょうね。
This Volbeck Club because it has a bigger range
コン
and
ボ的な。
we're gonna upgrade it for the next floor, not really related to this grind coming up.
I mean, they might not be bees, we've always just assumed, but given this game, it really is up to interpretation.
ただ数の暴力で大したことなかったってことかな、タコは。
Thankfully, the cotton candy does sell for quite a lot, so...
Yep.
That's bees.
Beige. We're back in here, and so you might notice that there's just a lot of crates there. Yeah, the reason why we want to upgrade the armor to level 2, or 3 rather,
本当だ。前方しか見えてないですね、これ。
ice spell on it at level 3. And so, you can hit like 8 crates at once or something. I'm gonna go ahead and heal before I screw this up and die. That sounds like something I would do.
We
Okay,
can only assume that someone in the development team was like, wouldn't it
そもなんでこれタコ
sleep on the bed
倒してるんだろう。強制戦闘でもないですよね。
Oh no, yeah, you can mash the button as hard as you want.
なんか稼いでんのかな。
Charlene gets a full night's sleep in 0 seconds flat.
She's incredibly
チャートがあればいいんですけど。
There we go. Take off the boots because they lower my luck. I don't know if luck actually affects the drop rate in this game. It just seems like something it would do. Alright, now we have to grind until we have enough money for like 8,500 money. That'll set us up for the rest of the game.
Thankfully, the ice spell will make a ton of bees and will also kill a ton of bees. Or jelly beans or little bird balls.
37.
We've assumed they're bees, but they're also perfectly spherical and they open a giant mouth and scream when they die, so...
おー、すごい。
43? That's 55. 65. 77. Oh, and some extra money. Well, good thing I didn't need that last one.
No, you don't get that one. That
8700かな。
slightly too out of reach.
Well, so much for having a little bit of extra money. That's actually really rude. Charlene really needs Charlene needs as much money, if not more, than Darius, and she has like half the game to get it in.
And thankfully, we've done most of the grinding with the bees here.
Yep. So yeah, we have some intense shopping coming up. We get to listen to this incredible polyrhythmic lute for several minutes now. This
Wonderful. I get to zone out to the great music.
I honestly love this music. The music to this game is something else. Like, wow.
1000もなかったか。
If nothing else,
最後乗ってなければね、もう1000稼げた。
genuinely been really unique, except for the theme that plays in the caves and the human research lab that Charlene's in.
How is this okay? Is this okay?
Dang, I
Oh,
remember I wanted to say
めちゃくちゃアップグレードして
something
ますね。
grind, and it's completely slipped my mind. What did I want to say? Arg.
What?
Honestly, not sure.
Oh, oops, I just colored that red.
Is this okay?
お、青くなった。
Now you need the boob loots to open up the boob loot door.
What?
Is our headband naturally is red and needs to be colored blue? Whoops, I forgot to
What?
not do that.
Is this
アズールヘッドバンド。
Oh, this is done by the Armored Core composer? Interesting.
鍋。
Oh yeah.
ちょっと。
Actually, that explains a lot.
Yeah, there's... Yeah, that's Kato Hoshino, I think? I went and looked into the staff that worked on this game and what they went on to do. A lot of them actually did go on to work on the Dark Souls games, like especially the important people in this game. Let me see, I have a document where I wrote it all down. Let's see. The supervisor, now Toshi's in, went on to supervise Demon Souls and Dark Souls. Let's see. Shinichiro Nishida, who is also a supervisor, is credited with system design on the Souls and Souls-like game. Not like the main designer, but he was still one of them. Masanori Takeuchi, who wrote this game and was the producer, went on to produce Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 and a bunch of the miscellaneous games. There are other mech games like, Metal Wolf Chaos, Enchanted Arms, etc., etc.
ちょっと今装備について調べてたら、火、コール、火、雷、残、叩く、突の7属性がある。で、敵によって弱点があったり、攻撃の属性が固定されたりするので、だからさっきあれですね、ハンマーと槍使い分けてたみたいですね。装備にはパルミラアクション持って、それが右下の DG で消費するのかな。使える技が異なると。へー。
So like there is like a genuine through line you can draw between these games and
パルミラっていうのは樹木を利用したもの。
and just like the Souls games, like yeah, I just think that's really interesting. I did just get the Z glitch, right?
We think so.
Sorry, I zoned out while I was talking about. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
近接武器でも最初にやったユーティラルトよりもシャルアミの方が扱いがうまいとか、そういったステータスの違いもあるみたいですね。
Hoshino also did the soundtrack for Cooking Cream. Nice. Oh yeah, right. I should explain the game that's actually happening. I skipped a boss fight.
Wait. Oh yeah, no wait. We're playing a game.
I forgot, which is really bad because there was kill planes I had to navigate around. But yeah, I skipped a boss fight that after you fight it lowers a bunch of grates. But that's slow and also the boss is awful. It's probably worse than that bad boss that Darius had.
しかし今どこに何をしに行ってるかはちょっと状況把握できていない状況です。
But you can just fly to this room instead. What we're making here is a transport Palmyra, which is I lied. It's a transport Palmyla because this game has a very good localization. Don't forget to pick this up before on a world record run, and then fell into a kill plane I didn't know was there.
Yes, this game does in fact have a variant of the Moonlight Greatsword.
Yeah, it has a Moonlight Greatsword. It's behind like an awful bonus dungeon. You might be wondering what those dark guidepost crystals are for.
ビリヤナの実から特殊用途のパルミラを生成していた。なんかさっきやたらと当てたやつですかね。
And it's the worst level in the game. Oh my god, I tried several days on stream to beat it, and I just couldn't. It's 20 floors of garbage.
20 floors of randomized garbage.
It's not even randomized, it just looks like it should be.
Okay. You can't save or use the shop while in these 20 floors.
You have to do it all in one go, and the entire level
なんか戦闘が始まりそうな部屋ですが、すごいアイス装備。
Surrounded by connected by hallways that have no safety rail, so you can get shoved off and die, and you have to do all that in one sitting. It's awful.
The reason the outfit is currently teal is because later on, a door is going to require us to have a full teal outfit to get through it.
Also the bow, but the puzzle on this floor requires it anyways, so yeah.
What's currently happening is...
なんかちょっと違うゲームですけど、なんか錬金術師がホモンクルスを作ってなんやかんや悪さするみたいなのを思い出しました。さっきのストーリーを聞いてね。企画はパクラゲルが提唱している学問。ああ、そうかそうか。パクラゲラっていうのはさっきの網にいるやつですね。
Interestingly, the game never tells you how to open up the seals.
It only does something if you have the weapon of the same element in your hand when you use it. It otherwise just does absolutely nothing.
But even then, there's no animation. And you would think, oh, you hit the seal to get through it. No, you hit the seal and then you hit the use button. Even though there's no use prompt.
Oops. I'm really stumbling through the menuing right now. Okay, last thing about the Shadow Tower bonus dungeon. You get through all this, this garbage, you know, with all the kill planes. To get to like every 5 floors, to access every 5th floor, you need to kill a certain amount of enemies on the 1st floor. So if you don't figure out what's going on there, you'll have to backtrack all the way to the 1st floor.
装備がガラッと変わったな。
And then you get to the 20th floor and it's like the worst looking room in the game, and it's probably like actually a huge seizure warning. And it's just a massive headache to look at for more than
こ
like
こは
2
ライトニングだか
seconds.
ら、
I didn't beat it. I gave up.
ね、
But you get the Moonlight Greatsword
岐
for
阜
it.
で総裁。総裁って言っていいのかな。
You also get a penguin hat for Darius.
Well, who wouldn't want a penguin hat?
Me, because I don't want to ever go back into Shadow Tower.
Okay, that's fine. We'll buy you a penguin hat, though.
Oh, thank you.
じゃあエレメントを破壊してるところか。
Also, fun fact about this game: if you fall on top of an enemy, you die instantly. It is like the only area where it matters because there's pre-spawned enemies below here, and you do have to drop down to leave the level. I think the game just kills you because
こういう名詞みたいになっちゃってるそれ。ヒーローオブテリーとライトニングかな。
the player to stand somewhere where they should be, so they just kill you instead to not have to deal with it.
Diggle didn't have to actually open the seal here because with the right spells and or weapons, some of them you can actually break through the door.
Yeah, the arrows come out and Triforce Arrow is far enough that you can just stick yourself into the past the seal, and there you go. You can also do it with the ice item and shoot a fire spell through the door to break that, but it's way less consistent.
あ、転送されて、これがどこに繋がっているのかというと、
Here's Morpheus's granddaughter.
誰でしょうよく見えんかった。
Alright, let's see if the run ends here and if I fail my single segment challenge. This is the bad spot. Okay, we're good. And
you did it. You didn't drop on top of an enemy, which immediately vaporizes you.
Oh, we got another hallway. That's right. I thought there was a loading screen. It's just some blorbos.
Some blorbos.
But you can run past.
ですね。これ海外版なんですけれども、それの声優さんが結構棒読み気味なのが面白いというか、そういうところを取り上げられてるみたいです。みたいというか、聞いたら結構わかります。
And this is where the music really gets grating for me. Actually, no, it's always grating. Just this track.
あと、まあ、ストーリーはまあ難解ですけども、ストーリーも BGM も個人的にはすごいいいなと思ってます。割と小説読みたいですね。気になってる、さっき言われてから。思って調べてみたんですよ、小説。
Not the middle bits.
なんか Amazon で14,000円で売ってますね。
Charlene's playthrough is mostly just some extremely obscure puzzles that drag out and attempt to kill you.
やっぱり吹き替えというか、海外版になるとそういうことが起きちゃうんですかね。
Actually set that up. Neat. Upgrade this. Is this okay?
Is this okay?
Good.
And now the real reason this level is terrible. I hope you like waiting puzzles.
Yep, so we had the killer rooms earlier, now we have a giant slow pendulum that we have to get on. So what's your favorite thing about Evergrace?
Not this. I actually have a really hard time answering that question. I guess the easy answer is the music, but like, I don't know. I do.
This is why we needed the blue outfit, by the way.
Yeah, and the bow. I got here.
シートシカにもあった。今はないのかな。
Why nothing was happening. But yeah. This really is Dark Souls -1 though, like, or Demon Souls -1 if you want to get technical. Like, there are a lot of the ideas here. Like, the level design, while like primitive, has that same sort of idea where you're exploring areas, looking for the way forward. Oh, whoops, I equipped that to the wrong slot.
The poorly and often confusingly explained curse in this game really does kind of go along with the dark sign and the theme they've liked ever since. Mysterious kingdom, the whole place is dying, no one's sure what's going on.
The equipment system too is a lot like Dark Souls with all the unique stats and skills, though they would condense the skills.
なんか結構フロムのゲームの名前が出てますね。
Because we genuinely use weapon skills in combat twice in the game.
ハードカバー。あ、結構そうなんだ。
This game does have like blunt, piercing, and slashing damage types, kind of like how Dark Souls has various different things. It doesn't really matter in this game because you can just hit things really hard.
Evergrace crawled so Dark Souls could run. Someone else in my chat said that actually, and I agree, except that crawling is a strong word for what this game is doing.
Evergrace kind of vibrated on the ground.
Evergrace vibrated in the primordial soup so Demon Souls could evolve.
Yeah, yes, this is the primordial soup.
These mirror demons can drop Palmyra ore. I would really like to get at least 3, and there's 4 of them, and we already didn't get 1. So here's hoping the rest of them cooperate. Uh-oh.
What?
Yep. Bunch of Charlene's just pop out of the mirror.
Oh, this is bad. Oh no.
Absolutely no drops.
I got 1, and that's not.
さあここではライトウィンドキー、あ、貝集めしてんのか。
Those are poison, but you can just run through them really fast.
Yeah. This armor does have the float skin. No, I missed it! No!
Oh well. Everyone take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, the way these rooms all work is that they're all loaded in, like all the levels are loaded in memory at once, or all of the level rather. So like going between doors is not loading a new area. You're just being teleported.
It's really giving you one.
周期ね、待つゲームは結構最速周期でいかないとイライラポイントですね。
Break Z glitch, but say going through doors in the human research lab will not. And that's why the Z glitch is possible. To going into one room, falling off the stairs, and then leaving. That's why that's possible.
これで扉に行ったと。
From those puzzles, so we can go in here now.
She looks like Soul Bad Guy IMO. Anyways, Sienna! Ish.
Yep, you walk into this room and a strange puppet Sienna is.
そうですね。乱数っていうか、なんだろう。乱数なのかな。
If you buy her bestiary entry, you find out that this is just a Palmyra doll.
Ah, it's a doll.
Yeah.
It looks like Sienna.
This is being bad. Oh, okay. If you attack her from max range, she won't block for some reason, but actually lining that up is really annoying, especially when she floats around like that. There we go.
So is that implying that like Morpheus handcrafted the doll?
I guess.
It just grabbed a bunch of ore and whittled down a doll out of it, huh?
Yeah. This is where we're gonna have to recover some extra money, because the enemies here can drop Palmyra ore. They also just drop a fair amount of money anyways.
We have no particular idea why she appears in the volcano after killing that enemy, that fake Sienna. She just does.
She got sent here because the developers were.
Ah!
Okay, hold up. So you might be worried that I haven't saved it all. Don't worry, I have backup saves pre-planned because this game is trash. Oh no.
いや、セーブしてないなと思ったんだよな。え？でもバックアップって言ってたな。Don't worry って。
Yep, that's gonna be backup.
So let's talk about saving and loading in this game. saving in this game takes a minute every time. And it's terrible. And even checking the memory card takes longer the more save files you have on a card. So like if you have 16 save files on a memory card, it genuinely takes 2 minutes to check a memory card when like I've never seen a game take 5 seconds. So like I genuinely bought like 3 extra memory cards just for this marathon, so I could put like 4 backup saves each on these memory cards, so I didn't have, in case I died to garbage like that. Yeah, I need to load the second save file on this.
Yep, card 3, save 2.
大丈夫かな
I don't know. It loads fast. Like you just saw, it took a reasonable amount of time. I just don't know how they got the check memory cards so bad, and how it gets worse with every single.
アンダーグラウンドリサーチファシリティ。ちょっと戻った？
Save file you add to it. It's genuinely incredible.
鍵集めてるかな
This would be a great place for donations.
Oh,
これかもしれないですね、ちょうどいい。
No, I just got knocked into the lava.
That was like immaculately timed. The enemy was casting an animation before you were even on screen.
Oh,
you're right. I almost walked out of here.
Gotta get the key before you leave.
I've done that before.
なるほど。鍵集めですね。
is the worst thing ever because now you have to sit through 4 extra spins of the torture wheel.
いやー、想定してない悲鳴でしたね。
I'm trying to think of other Evergrace trivia.
いやー、メンタルやられずに頑張っていただきたい。
It's so boring.
Yeah,
Nothing happened.
If you could just somehow fly over these kill planes, like, you could save so much time here.
Unfortunately, kill.
運が悪すぎる。敵の配置もランダムなんですかね。
It took me 82 tries or 83 tries to finish one single segment run of this game. Also, that was world record by 17 minutes because this game is nonsense.
We're not sure
でも、
anyone truly
か、
wanted to
こ
play
れ幻影のところかな。
this game, but you've done an incredible job of
being generally
really putting your time
unwell.
where it counts.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
You spent time. Back to killing these Siennas. Hopefully they'll drop some Palmer.
Alright, there's one.
This time.
ああ、怖い。
2.
それちょっとだけ1分くらいちょっとリセットしますね。
We got enough money. Okay, that was actually an intentional death that I pretended to make look bad. So I could get more money here. That was just my big brain strat to get money. Do it again.
No, yeah, this was all planned in the books.
This is just simply a carefully scripted N% showcase run about friendship.
Don't forget to heal.
No, it's fine. This thing does barely any damage. Toxic goo is not dangerous.
Wow, you just missed the platform every single time.
Hate this level, Ruth.
It's okay. We hate it too.
Oh, yo, that, oh, that's not a misaligned text or model. That's just me looking at that at a weird angle. You might think by the way this game looks, this was originally intended for the PS1, and they just scaled it to the PS2 when they got the specs for that, or whatever. No, this was always intended to be a PS2 game, and if anything, they tried porting it to the PS1. Partway through the development, they're like, hey, let's try and make a PS1 port of this game. And then they found out it wasn't feasible. So
it's still such a confusing idea to us.
Oh, that's the range. How
Oh,
did
yeah,
I
this
get
is the
sealed
PlayStation 2
already?
game.
Are you kidding me?
It is a launch title, so it explains a lot, but...
Yeah, finding the exact range where she won't block you is incredibly tedious, even with the pattern on the floor to help. Oh, and sometimes, we haven't really talked about it, but sometimes characters will just turn away from the enemy as they're attacking.
Yeah, the camera will just be a little bit antsy, and sometimes when you're trying to land an attack, it'll just turn around and your character will spin in place.
Yeah, it's complete nonsense and guff.
今度は大丈夫かな?
We're gonna treat this enemy with the respect it deserves, because it is a guaranteed spawn. It is just there the entire time.
It didn't just kill you last time, it like read your move like a fighting game.
I just got the hard read on me.
It hard read you and threw you off. You just walked straight into a grapple instead of attacking it.
They were supposed to do something else, aka not murder me.
これフロムゲーですね。PS の初期。発売から1ヶ月後に出たタイトルですね。よし、大丈夫。よし、いったいった。あー、見てるこっちも緊張する。
Not even a hole. It just looks like you should be able to drop down from like the point furthest out. Usually that's what that implies, right? But if you try to drop from that point that you would be intuitively drawn towards, you die.
Oh yeah, no, we just mean like if you look at the mini-map on that area, that's very clearly like an extremely teeny hole in a...
Oh, what?
I almost just died again there with how close I got to that ledge.
Yes, please be careful, Sonic 06.
いや逆にこれあれですよね。記録狙いもう多分セーブしないと思うんですけど、結構これ終盤のダンジョンで一発でね落ちたら即死っていう状況でやるのは怖いですね。いやー。
I don't even know where the orbs are anymore.
So we're just gonna essentially run away.
Yep. Oh, thank you, Nansuyu, for pointing that out. Yes, Wikipedia says that they only added Charlene in the PS2 original playable character because that was how they could get a realistic female figure, which is like... okay. Anyways, here's this guy who, for the longest time, I thought was just a guy with flayed skin.
さあ、これは
No, it's worse than that.
キュウリ
First, best line read coming up.
Morpheus!
わあ、ちょこってる。
Great value, Illidon Storm Rage. Yeah. This guy, oh my god. He's like that Coliseum boss, but more annoying.
He's basically the exact
赤いシップで合ってるのかな?
a ground attack he can shoot you with.
赤石。
He does also, on closer inspection, strangely seem to be very Native American themed and be hanging from it or impaled on a giant cross.
His name is Red Breeze, and
read into this what you will.
This is a bit yikes, I'm not going to lie. His skin is red and he's like... he's a Native American character, let's just call it what it is. Anyways,
this game truly did crawl.
Vibrating the primordial soup of the Souls Lake.
Sometimes you gotta throw the soup out and start again.
Too much salt.
Oh, too much racism.
Hold on.
It's okay, don't die. The joke wasn't that funny.
I just didn't expect you to say it. This cutscene, by the way,
お、倒した。
and it definitely won't contradict the last cutscene that took place in the Fruit Core.
Oh no, yeah, this is the cutscene that really does tie all the plot elements together.
People hated me, betrayed me, all because of the crest. It was a long dream.
Why is that? What is the crest anyway?
crests don't have much power to begin with, but only a few people have them. Ordinary people don't have them.
The crest,
That's
is it
their
powerful? Does it have powers? Who knows?
Cowardliness of the have-nots. I was a test subject for a long time, but there's nothing special about
So I don't know why Morpheus was excited to get another a test subject with the crest, like he hadn't had one before when this guy exists.
As long as you
He also just said there's nothing special about him, so he has the crest, but the crest doesn't do anything, we guess.
But also, like, it does do things, actually. Like, send you to Rubain. It sends you to the Shadow Realm if you, get really angry.
I'll send you to the...
And, like, it can literally end the world, question mark, according to the novelization.
See all, and know all.
Yeah, so, apparently this allows him to die for real this time, for real.
We're so kind and thoughtful for killing him.
Ending his agony that he just teleports us to the next part of the game.
Mother of...
Get the Mother of question mark, grants us protection. Assumably a tree of some kind.
It's probably the mother of all things, which is the Billiana tree. How did his axe get from his hands to... Oh, it just teleported. Okay. It just teleported to its resting place in Darius's playthrough.
Ah.
Beautiful.
お疲れ様でした。ということで、ラスダンですね。
Just say it's like really sophisticated story.
ユテラルド編でも来ました。なんだっけ。
Hug the trees.
天つく柱か。に着きましたね。ここからだいたい20分ぐらいかな。奏者さんの記録動画と比較してみると、だいたいここから20分ぐらい。まあ、ただ字幕っていうか、吹き替え全部聞いてるから、もうちょっとかかるのかなって感じですね。
We still need to keep the Solta bow for another thing coming up.
ここで。でもあれか、状況違いますもんね。バックアップデータ使ってる。けどどうだろう、お金ぐらいか、違うのは。
This item. Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't screw this up because it's really easy to screw something up here. We actually do need the elite bow for a couple of enemies.
There'll be one particular boss that's needed for too. Apparently the Ever Grace novel is pretty good. The game, on the other hand, is utterly confusing and bamboozles us.
This, that. 店員さんの声好きですね。結構癖になる。
What am I doing? Oh, that's what I'm forgetting to do. Sorry, I'm just completely blanking on what I need to do here. The menuing is a lot, and I still haven't gotten over my complete nonsense death. Do not sell mushroom. No, I need mushroom here.
No, if you sell the mushroom, you get extremely little for it.
You don't get anything for it. You just get sadness.
It's just zero?
Yeah, it's just zero.
So you can sell the 50% off token to the shopkeeper and he'll just take it.
Yeah, just a donation.
Ever Grace really is a game.
系列的にはユテラルトよりも先にここに来てる認識で合ってるのかな。そもそもなんで来てるんだっけ。あとあれか。彼女を探しに行ってんのか。
So obviously what you have to do is take off everything but your feet. Armor.
It took Diggle quite a while to figure this puzzle out the first time.
I didn't even figure it out. I just got it by mistake and then didn't figure out how I got it. And so Ruth had to tell me how to solve this.
Feet.
Alright, so the kill room wasn't good enough. Now we have the kill platform surrounded by instant death pits.
This game loves its instant death pits.
Yeah, so this is way scarier. This is genuinely one of the most terrifying parts of the run. And the enemies here that you have to kill do mad knockback.
長くない？この武器長すぎないか？
They're all varying different sizes, which makes their hitboxes different, and their hurtboxes different too, so it's kind of easy to get knocked off if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm. All the enemies are subject to some kind of size randomization, I guess just for variety's sake.
武器なっか。
Not a lot of the enemies in the game, they have to do something.
まあでも、シャラミの方が、まあ、槍の扱いはうまいらしいので、これぐらい朝飯前なのかな。実際リーチ長いから、そう、複数攻撃するのはいいですね。さっき同時に3体倒してました。
It's actually great.
It's very useful.
Oh, there's that accessory. You know what? I don't need to mess with you anymore. Bye.
Just hit the bricks.
And this is the other thing. This is what you need the Soul Bow for. Naturally, take off everything like your feet and your bow. And...
いろんなゲーム混ざってるよ。
Oh no! I forgot the.
You forgot the boots.
Oh no! It was a specific pair of boots. No, I forgot.
何ブーツ忘れてますって。落ち着いて。落ち着きましょう。
Oh man.
まあ近くで良かったですね。
Don't worry, big bad game-a-thon organizers. I saw that you're running ahead. I'm like, I'll take it upon myself to put us back on schedule here.
Don't worry, it's going ass over feet at this point.
Please come.
Return to feet. Do you have to do the platform again?
I better not. I'm gonna be very sad.
You gotta take the weapon off. Take the weapon off. You can't hold a weapon.
いやー、想定外の出来事が起こると頭真っ白になりますよ。
I didn't forget to buy the boots I need, right?
そうか、なんかやたらと EST 中身取ってるなと思ったら、なるほどなるほど。声を聞かせるために長く取ったのかな。
That might help.
ムービー、基本カットシーンか。カットシーン、スキップしてなかったので、そのために長く撮ってるのかな。
Maybe. There we go.
Oh, hey, it's doing its thing.
Eventually. Just, it was on its union lunch break.
さあ、なんとか進みましたね。よかったよかった。いや、あと20分は必要そう。
It's okay, you don't have to.
またさっきのね、霧のとこ入って、また、徐々に空いていく部屋があると思うので、違うかな。同じルートだと思うんだけど。
Locked. Oh, I screwed up, right. Oh man, I'm completely forgetting this area. Wow, right, this area is reversed from Darius's. Wait, what? What? That's not supposed to open now. That's supposed to break after you go through here. What's going on?
What did you do to the game?
I don't know. Wait, did that just break the second time you passed that wall?
Maybe?
なんだ、なんかフラグ回収してなかったのかな。
Big version of this boss. This time it's just red and angry.
My monitor is so bad that I'm playing on. It looks purple to me, and everyone got really confused when I said it's purple.
Got into a fight over that one.
It wasn't a fight so much as I looked at the OBS and like, oh, it's red. My monitor is bad.
It's purple. It's red.
Ape statue body. There. That's all we needed off this floor. This could not have gone that much worse.
Yep. Need to find the body.
だいぶ慎重になってますね。
And now it's like no pants or no shoes, no shirt, no servers or something. Yeah, that's how that goes.
It's got to kind of match the statue.
Mm-hmm.
By putting on a shirt and boots, we guess.
Azori, what do we have against purple?
Absolutely nothing.
My monitor apparently loves purple, given that it turns red.
あ、来ましたね。
Purple is our favorite color.
Whoops, this way. So yeah, we're just tracing through Darius's area. act for act now, or area for area now, that this time we don't have to make green light, we have to make white light, which means turning these off and on again for some reason. I don't really understand why, but it certainly does work like that. It just
does. So the entire point of this area here is right at the top. There's actually a library that you read books in and it tells you how to solve the puzzle.
And
お、また来ましたよ、巨人。
Extremely
You might even
important.
say it explains everything.
It would explain everything if the books didn't all contradict themselves.
And were written terribly. Oh, I forgot that's what Charlene's unarmed animation was.
I thought you just threw your weapon away for a second.
Yeah. You might notice that the ramp here is misaligned with the floor.
あ、筋ないか、さっきのやつより。
Only the finest PS2 jank. Alright, I should be at low enough health.
性は炎火でいいのかな。まあでも食らってるっちゃ食らってるか。
This enemy is actually really annoying because if you want to do this vaguely efficiently, you have to take damage until you hit a certain threshold, because then you regenerate stamina fast enough to stun lock it. Anyways, we just got head from a giant.
強いですね。
Diggle, you can't say such things.
I already did. It stopped me. Yeah.
The giant did drop the head of the statue, which we will now put on the rest of the statue.
ブーツ壊れそうだけど大丈夫？
Which will allow us to go to the next zone.
あ、最初釈迦が悪かったっぽい。なるほど。
Like so. See? We got ahead. We don't actually have to switch weapons off here. It works. I just accidentally fat-fingered the right analog stick. Oh, my legs are almost broken.
アッパーパート。上層ですかね。さあ、ほんと終盤っぽいけど、そもそもエニーパーはこの、シャラーミ編が終わったら、終わりなのかも、タイマーストップするのかもわかりません。
I can sell. Oh, I didn't sell this to begin with. Oh, I have enough money. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
お、なんかソードかな。
It kind of sucks that the katana ends up what you use for the final boss, because it has really low durability. You can buy items to repair it, of course, but for Charlene, they only become available at literally the last shop in the game.
あ、よかったよかった。
Yeah,
修理した。
oof. Yeah, I've got everything here. Let's put everything.
大丈夫ですか？忘れ物はないですか？
Please.
Almost through Charlene's side of the story, though. Soaring tower upper part.
Yep. Oh god. Oh man, I almost died again.
This is just literally the exact same as Darius's.
Yeah, right down to the kill rooms. Woo.
Wonderful kill rooms
それ揃った完結編があります。それも終わってタイムストップなのかな。ちょっとそこまでは。だから。でも普通に気になるんだよなストーリーが。
I shouldn't though, probably. Oh, this cut is worse because I feel like the enemies here have a lower spawn rate, and also you deal less damage to them.
もう強いですねこの武器。
Well, and sometimes you just miss. Hey, hold up! I can put on an item here. Which one's better? I think this one. Also, yeah, whatever accessory you put on just appears behind your head floating, like some kind of familiar. It's really weird looking, and also these enemies don't block. That's right.
下から切りつけるんだね。
I believe they managed to make like a scrolling stage, but somehow make it the randomize, the time it wastes randomized.
Only in Evergrace.
Only in Evergrace.
Let me see what else I can pull out of my bag of trivia for this game. Oh, I'm forgetting. Oh, wow, I completely forgot to explain important
この敵がリスポーンするタイミングもランダムなんですかね。さっきユテラルド編でも後半なかなか出現しなくて待ってたシーンがあったので、このリスポーン時間もランダムなのかな。
Basically, after every dash or crush, I'm gonna do a micro sprint and have been doing a micro sprint, and that regenerates stamina faster so I can dash more.
Gosh, these rooms really do go on forever.
They really do.
How's the weather over there?
Wet. I think the tropical storm is hitting tomorrow, or really passing by. It was raining last night a lot. But for now, we are fine. Ow.
There really is nothing interesting to say about this room.
Yeah, it sucks, you know, just... A kill room so nice, they use it twice. Twice, because, you know, Darius has a second kill room. At least for Charlene's second kill room is way faster than the first one. Yeah, these guys are terrible.
There's a two-shot manga of EヴァーGrace? How did this game get two, like, light novels in a manga?
This is... Alright. Fair enough, I guess. Boop. Should take some damage so I can regenerate stamina faster. It's okay if we break a few bones in the process. Just please, we must escape this sooner.
Charlene's frying pan has 2 eggs, while Darius's has 1.
Sometimes it's spelled frying pan. Right, the very first time I played this game, I had a text corruption glitch where the frying pan just became the frying pan with a V. I don't know why.
I've stayed the entire game too.
I think it fell off after a bit. But yeah, that was an incredible moment realizing something had gone very wrong.
簡単なあらすじがあった。
Ow. How are we doing on door? Oh, that should be good, right? Oh, thank God.
Yep. Well, now they can render that accurate female form, you can get through the door, question mark?
Yeah, I guess. Also, that weird floating enemy with the blue thing in it, that's the only place in the entire game where that appears. Yeah.
Back to the ice rooms, it's not an ice room.
The iceless ice room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, in the Japanese version, Darius and Charlene are named Uterald and Chalamet.
ちょっと今ちらっと概要というかゲームシステム読んでたんですけど、
Sony had a policy where they wouldn't.
主人公2人操作というか攻略進めてますが、セーブポイントであればどこでも任意にキャラクターを切り替えることができると。
PS2 games that were localized. I mean, it was a weird time.
Like the name Shamal.
まあでも時間軸も違うし、一人終わってから一人やるっていう進め方がいい気もしますが。
Uterald probably is too. Doesn't sound real, but I could be wrong.
Uterald sounds like a medication.
でこの1年と2ヶ月後、2001年6月にですね、エヴァーグレイス2が発売されているみたいです。続編なのかな？
Is the world too lucid? Does reality make too much sense?
やっぱりこの装備品とかこういった見た目にかなり力を入れて手を込んでる作品みたいで、それはあれですね、受け継いでるみたいですね、2にも。
Alright, one more set of enemies and I should be good. Oh, annoying things you can do in this room. If you knock an enemy off screen the wrong way, they'll get deallocated, and then that doesn't count for opening the door, and you have to wait for another set of spawns.
Shalami does sound too close to salami.
Why are you spawning out there? I've had problems with enemies spawning outside the door and not counting for the door. Okay.
あ、開きましたね。あといっそかな？
Thank God.
これのところあった気がする。
This is the
Anyway, here's a big naked man in a crystal? Question mark? I hope this is explained in the manga or the novel.
I don't know. The fight is also complete nonsense, and I don't know what the hitbox is. Other than bad. So
これは1のあ、なるほど。
And then miss shots that go directly through it. Yeah, that's this fight in a nutshell. I don't like this fight. Ow.
Yeah, this.
なんか
There's no real
クエネの某有名 RPG の
very dark
あ、違うか。
It is beyond the dark souls.
なんか作品が増えてナンバリングが増えていくことに過去の話がどんどんあらわになっていくみたいなものもありますよね。あ、お好き好きか。うん、2はものすごくシステムをなんだろう、無印に比べて分かりやすくしたみたいなこと書いてますよね。
Goodbye, naked crystal man. Thank God he was in there and we're out here.
Alright.
もう落ちたらダメなのかな。
Charlene's playthrough. Are you ready for this riveting, epic scene? That will explain everything.
Someone's like, this is not going to explain anything. And they'd be damn right.
やってみた。
Pretty darn quick.
Old man, morning, morning.
So
and Santa's out there, and we're out there, and we're in there, and Santa's out there, and where's the key?
あ、これでようやく会えましたね。
Apparently in the story,
Chena.
Charlene gets here first.
It's okay.
We're not sure why she's in prison. I suppose Morpheus captured her at the beginning.
Yeah.
Your confidence is entertaining. I wonder how long it will last.
Stop. Morpheus, what are you doing? Trandon! Trandon!
Randy.
It's useless. Even you can't get out of that room. What's that? That's not possible.
Just not.
It's just not possible.
This light, it's the same as...
Remember when Red Breeze said that the crest doesn't have any power? Really? That was just wrong.
Apparently Morpheus is done for.
Anyways, yeah, Charlene doesn't actually get a final boss. Tricked ya! Time for the final story, where Darius does the
final story. これがさっき言ってた2人の完結編ですか?
It looks like that she's about to explode out of the prison and like beat
あ、さっきのところか。
But when we get here, Charlene's stuck in prison freaking out.
Don't worry about it.
I'll save Charlene. I promise.
はい、終了。
So we guess somewhere between Sienna breaking out and Charlene getting there, she just decided to imprison herself?
Yes! Charlene!
This will really explain everything. I've said that a lot, and I mean it the most now.
Oh, now she's used up all her power.
Help my child. Must purify.
She needs to be purified.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What does purification mean? We have no idea. Why does she need it? That's a good question.
What is going on?
So relatable.
What's happening, Sienna?
So relatable. What's happening?
Let him out. Charlene.
Sienna is overdosing on Uterald.
Sorry I brought you here. Sorry. Now, for you,
Blood scrambled. Plot
I will.
confusing. Say big bloods.
So we have a choice of 2 final bosses. We can fight them with either character, and naturally, well, first since we're basically guaranteed to get Curse in the Morpheus fight, fix that. But yeah, we're just gonna walk to the one in front of us.
Yes?
Darius,
You've grown up.
はい。
you've grown up.
And I can only
Charlene.
imagine the look of confusion on Darius's face as he teleports away.
突然ですかね。
Yeah, we have no idea what that line's about.
I mean, it's like...
あ、これは今まで導いてくれた。
Oh, this is a baller thing to say, if only it made sense in the context of Evergrace. But the novelization... Oh, okay, first though, this fight is... I gotta explain this fight. I don't know what's going on.
There is no...
It's like the boss attacks primarily by dropping hexagons. So, like, I guess the main threat is that the boss...
自分もアルクレストを付与されていたこと。
make you
そ
fall
して魔
to
人
death.
化するから倒してと。
Except that this arena is like 6 times too large for that to be a serious threat. And also, like, the boss is invulnerable for like most of its attack frames, except for like a second at the end. And it also does this, and you could theoretically hit it then, but it's really annoying to.
いやーフィールドが
Guys, but what if really
すごいところに来ましたが。
Oh, strat! No, I turned away.
So you gotta kind of wait for it to drop a platform and then give it a little boop on the snoot.
Yeah. I looked at the bestiary entry for this boss today, and it said something like has become Chrysalis, which is the bird's name. Who is
どうしてそんなことをするんでしょう。
Chrysalis?
進化してセナがフォルムと融合してからこそ。
Rather.
フォルムってこれですね。
It says that she's
黄色い
become one with the mother of all and is seeking purification
敵
of
になっ
the
ちゃった。
world. And it's like complete nonsense, but in the novel, basically, the cycle is like sort of like the grand cycle of the universe, I guess, where at certain points, periodically, the mother of all things will wipe out all life to start over again. And Rubain triggered the end of the cycle, in some way. I think it's something like Crestbear is experiencing prejudice and despair, and that's what causes the end of the cycle. But yeah, the novel ends with every named character except Charlene and Darius dying. That's in Rubain. Oh,
さあ倒したぞ。
right. Yeah. Bird dead and Darius is just standing in the way.
Anyway, we apparently stopped the purification of the world, question mark?
Something like that.
Maybe?
Alright, alright, it's over here.
And then we get to do Charlene's final boss.
Yep, but first,
シャルインファイナルボス。
this is the final
じゃあ
time
ボス戦
you're
かな。
hearing the shop theme. Enjoy the polyrhythm.
No, don't worry, Dying Guy is still out there somewhere.
I am the
He's still, some say he's still dying to this day.
His death scene lingers on.
Is this okay?
I can buy this. Well, I should be able to make a little more cash here somehow. I can sell this because the Sacred Rod heals the final boss.
Truly, you're
進化したらビルフォルゴを倒します。
This,
Um,
that's a bargain.
Gotta get a lot of health potions for this one because the final boss is quite annoying.
oh yeah, and Charlene got on a clip with everything because I guess that's how they get her to
です
look
ね。フロムさんのゲームですね。
cutscene here. Right, so you know, obviously this is an incredibly janky PS2 RPG, and you know, would it really be a janky PS2 RPG? I started this too soon.
It's okay, you can just take a breath.
Would it really be a janky PS2 RPG if it didn't end with child murder?
Wow. Round of all ends.
So, the final boss of this game is the demon baby. And it takes place
魔人化しちゃったんだ。
from Sekiro.
Isn't it also Elden Ring, or...?
It's probably a fight in Elden Ring and a bunch of flowers.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how Elden Ring and Evergrace are both about trees, big trees even. This fight is
Everything in the
complete.
Dark Souls game is a tree.
Yeah. This
ずっと
fight
飛んどるや
is,
ん。
by the way, this kid flies around and fires projectiles at you that are really annoying to dodge. If you're too close to him, he'll do an overhead sword smash that's really difficult to dodge. And sometimes he'll just touch down. But if you don't attack him quick enough, he explodes at you for a lot of damage.
いや、こっちの火力も負けてないですよ。
I keep feeling the moon presence is about to descend.
頑張れ頑張れ。
Oh yeah, the only real strat here is manipulating him and buffing him on his little head.
Yeah. If you're uphill from him when he attacks with the weird... Okay, sometimes he just explodes anyways. I should still be good on katana durability. If the katana breaks here, you have to use the elite bow, which does like a tenth of the damage, like a fraction of the damage, and that sucks a lot.
Mom.
Oh, it's okay. He's purified.
We did it. We
倒
purified
しました。
the child. He's dead now.
Question
Also,
mark?
he said "mom, mom."
倒したのか？やったか？
That's how he voiced it, but no, it's supposed to be like "mommy." He's calling out for his mom, who's
あ、やっ
also
たっぽい。
dead. Anyways, oh, that's time, by the way. Woo! 10 minutes
あ
over.
It's time! というわけで、GG!2 時間30分39秒でした。
Evergrace.
よかった完走できて。あ
Not sure what happened at the end there.
They ran out of money, and this was the best they could do.
そっか。
Oh well, now she's being purified. She's
なるほど。ビルホルグを倒して終わりなんだ。
Pay attention to her wrists here in this cutscene. They're definitely
リエ
something.
ナも
Right, isn't she, Darius?
助かった？
Man.
No! This can't be!
Don't cry, Charlene. I'm so
One final
sorry.
cutscene for the road.
It was destined to end like this
it
long
was
ago.
destined to end like
I
this.
put it off as long as I could. I
Oh,
was
no idea what she's doing with her
Tread will
arms
never
there.
forgive me.
They're trying to animate a hug.
She's gently caressing Charlene's cheek, I guess,
I
but
couldn't
also her
do
wrists
it.
are completely broken.
But you can. Because
Oh,
you
is your
have
wrist
hope,
okay,
Wow.
honey?
not like me.
It's the Final Fantasy VII elbows all over again.
Hope. With the last of my dying
I
hours,
love seeing female form so accurately. Wrist is broken.
So accurate. She's got jello stains or jam stains on her shirt. Just a mess right now.
Darius, if the cycle
I
permits,
guess that was
we'll meet again
where you
sometime.
stabbed her in the soul or something.
With a hammer, yeah. I mean, we've already established that hammers are stabbing weapons, and there she goes.
Sienna! Oh,
She just
no,
vibrates and
Sienna!
disappears too, like Morpheus.
And Shorin's just like saying, "Oh no, Sienna," in the tone of like, "Ah, heck, she just left her house keys behind and locked herself out."
Ah, gosh. Heck darn it.
はい。ということで、
So
終わりましたね。
Evergrace.
ラスト2体はボスは選択制。なるほど。そこまで分岐あるんだ。すごいですね。
But that's certainly not with the help of Evergrace, the PS2 video game.
There's definitely some context you can put together, but the greater meaning and understanding of 99% of this game is unknown to us.
I kind of recommend playing it for yourself. Like, if you bounce off of it, I cannot blame you, but like, I don't know. In an industry that's just plagued with
ということで、途中から見た方はね、
exploitative working
結構、
conditions,
そう、
microtransactions, just
機械が
a
ね、
whole bunch of crap. Like, this game is
面白いということで、全部聞かせてくれましたね、奏者さん。
very strange.
喋ってるところね、私黙ってるので、気になる方はぜひアーカイブ等で見てみてください。
On every front, this game is a piece of crap, except music. The music is genuinely amazing. I recommend you check that out. But yeah, like this game is objectively bad, but like I don't know, it comes together in a really
という
weirdly.
ことでね、2時間30分と、 私ダラダラ喋ってましたけども、ちょっとコメントでね、説明とか補足してくださった有識者の方、本当にありがとうございました。私もね、楽しみながら、はい、見ることができました。そうね、フロムといったらね、それこそアーマードコアとか、ダクトとか、エルデンリングとかあたりだったんですけども、まあ、2000年頭とか、こういうゲームがあるんだなっていうのを知れてね、非常に楽しかったです。
Thank you for letting us commentate.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
いや、途中本当に、いやー、バックアップデータ使ったりね、ありましたけども、なんとか完走してよかった。
True. Alright. Later.
Boy.
Do
はい、というわけで切り替わりました。というわけで、以上、エヴァーグレイス 2% でございました。はい、というわけで、ありがとうございました。じゃあ続いてのゲームの準備してまいりますので、失礼いたします。ありがとうございました。
You know, I've got myself muted like 3 times over, so I've